You're listening to episode 65, Solo, directed by Norberto Barba. And is this movie just RoboCop in the jungle? I don't know, but let's find out on today's episode, Video Villa Podcast. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about Solo, and our special guests for today are the B Action crew, or I say 2/3 of the B Action crew. Welcome Charlie and Dusty.
What's happening? We're back.
We're back with our directive.
Directive here to party. To party.
To party?
To party.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'm here to
I
party.
love it. Hell yeah. Every time we come here, we party.
Oh yeah. We party a lot on Invasion of USA.
Yes. You mean Batman with a beard?
Yeah, pretty much.
Batman wearing a Canadian tuxedo?
Chuck Norris's audition tape for Batman. That's just the entire movie.
Well, I'm going to say we're getting ready to talk about Android Batman 2 today, so I'm just going to put that out there right now.
Wait a minute. I watched a movie today with a big hairy guy in it and a younger Han Solo.
Oh yeah,
that's not the one.
Did I watch the wrong movie?
You totally watched the wrong. The whole. Did you read the trivia that they said they had to add a Star Wars story so that it wouldn't get confused with 1996 and Solo?
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, are you serious?
That's great.
Damn it.
All right, so I know they answered this question already for Charlie, but when was the first time you saw this? Sorry, let me take that back. Have you seen this movie before?
Me first?
Yeah. Because I already know the answer for Dusty.
Well, here, let me just sit here. I'll mute my mic, okay?
There you go. You just sit over there and look pretty for a little bit.
I got you in the wad now, Charlie. Go.
I have definitely seen this movie before. I rented it as a brand new release in 1997 when it hit VHS. I was 17 when this came out, and it looked awesome. I have a subgenre affinity, even though I love action movies. I love anything with robots and action movies and killer robots, anything of that nature. I will watch it constantly. And I'm a huge fan of Mario Van Peebles. To me, he is 1000% underrated, and too many people have forgotten who the hell he even is. So yeah, when you invited me to do this, I was like, oh, I get an excuse to watch Solo that's been on B Action's list since the inception of B Action. Yes, please. I will do it now.
Time to take that off.
Yep.
All right, your turn, Dusty. Have you seen this before?
I'll have you know. I have not.
What?
Today was the first time I ever watched this movie. Okay. That's my history.
Surprise.
But like Charlie, I do like killer robot movies. We just did Death Machine, which fucking slapped. I do need to go back, Charlie, and I've already admitted this. I need to give Robo War another chance.
Oh.
Because that was one of our very early movies. No, I'm talking about Robo Wars.
Oh, that Robo War. I thought I heard Robot Wars from the
no, not the Full Moon movie.
The Full Moon stuff.
No,
Robo War. Yeah, you need to go back because Reb Brown deserves some more respect.
Well, I was saying with your best boy Reb Brown.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. It's amazing.
I gotta give it. But that was like an early inception of me into like getting into this type of shit. So
you weren't baptized in the bullets yet, sir.
Yeah. I wasn't sprayed. I wasn't prayed.
Nope.
But yes, this was a first time watch for me, Logan. So thank you for allowing that.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, I low key talked about it on our last episode when we did Soldier, but like this one, like I had a buddy named Jim, and for some reason he was always the guy at my house when we were doing these. I was watching these like famous action films and stuff like that. Like, Jim was my buddy ever since I was like 4 years old. So like, he was my main person coming over my house when I say, hey, can someone come over? It was usually going to be Jim.
Yeah.
And this was one of those things that it came on TV, and it was one of those things where you caught it the night of that it aired, like on a Saturday night or like a Friday night. And then like that Saturday morning or Sunday morning, they were aired again like at 9 o'clock, because that was the sequence, 1 in the morning, 1 at night for the new releases. And yeah, we watched it then, loved it, watched it the next morning, and then literally went outside, tried like picking up sticks and shit, trying to act like we were blowing shit up. Because I lived in like 360-degree wood. So it was like, it was the jungle. So we would go around. So this movie was just like, it was, I don't know. It's crazy because like, not a lot of people I know have seen this movie. But it's funny when someone will say the name and like, and you're like, wait, you've seen this? Okay, we're talking about it. Because no, I haven't got to talk about it with anybody.
Welcome to my world. I will bring it up and I'll just be like, yeah, the Mario Van Peebles movie. They'll be like, who's Mario Van Peebles? And I want to slap people whenever they do that.
Check.
But yeah, it's like, it's called Solo, the Star Wars. Shut up. No, he's a robot. He's an android. He's a soldier. It's kind of a kid's movie, but not a kid's movie.
It's pretty
I would say
friendly. Yeah, it's not.
It's PG-13.
It's very kid friendly. Like, yeah, it's like, for example, I had no problem watching this at the age when I saw it in 96 or 97, whatever. Whenever me and Jim actually saw it on TV.
It would have been 97 on television when they broadcasted it. So, yeah.
So I had no problem watching this. At the same time, I could not watch Predator because that was too much for me. Like, it was just so much gore and stuff at that time at my age. But I had no problem with watching this, watching Commando or watching anything like that, or, Cobra and stuff like that. Like Predator or something like that, I would watch a little bit, then I'll have to change the channel and then like come back to it or whatever. We're like, okay, that's probably over. Let's come back.
Okay. Logan's he's not pale anymore. He's like, all right, I can breathe. I'm drinking some water. I'm good to go. And then you see him ripping Billy's spine out. He goes, I gotta change it again.
Damn it.
My big part was when Jesse Ventura gets his chest exploded. That was like, I was like, I didn't know they made action movies like this.
Dude, when Mac gets his face blown off from the front.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. God.
Skinned bodies hanging from the trees. Just that pan up.
Is that Hawkins over there?
It's a pile of something.
Yeah. But, dude, Logan, when you said you guys would go out into the woods and play this game, my brain immediately went to somebody smack Logan with a giant stick. And then my brain after that went right to Kung Pao when he goes, all right, I'm going to stand here and you're going to beat me with this stick and I'm going to throw you off of me unless I say, and then I'll say a magic word and that'll be it. And this dude just beating the shit out of him with this stick. I just see you guys out there just beating the hell out of each other with fucking tree branches, dude.
It's accurate.
Charlie's like, that was a Saturday.
The big thing for me though is we had like there was like how the woods was like grown over, like our house was not on just like flat land, like so like 180 degrees of the house was against like mud and like a 12-foot long wall basically, but it wasn't like a 90-degree wall. It was like a dirt wall of like 75 degrees. So me and Jim would just like, we would take my dad's big freaking East Wing claw hammers, dig like hand holes in it and like act like we're climbing up.
Hook, Charlie.
Dude, it was the coolest thing. And then we would like act like we're throwing grenades and shit. And I don't know, man. It was fun.
Kids don't know what they're missing anymore, man. Kids don't play like that anymore.
Especially during July. When my dad just dropped me off at the fireworks stand, gave me $20.
Here,
you know what I mean?
go nuts.
Who knows what we were fucking throwing?
Make sure you count at 10 at the end of the night. We're good.
Exactly. Yeah. Don't blow your fingers off and don't tell mom I gave you this money.
Light throw. Don't get that mixed up.
Unless it's Roman candles, just don't point at my face.
Right. There's that one too.
Well, I remember when mortars got big, man. That was the deadliest thing. My buddy Danny was like, "Why don't we just throw it?" Why do we got to put it in the can? Let's just throw it. But then you don't know where it's going to go when it blows up.
We made our own mortars. Like we used the mortars, but we would put them in PVC tubes and make them longer and angle them. Like we were in the military, so we were just launching. All right, let's angle it a little more this way. Launch it, see how much further it would go.
Like Battleship.
Like Battleship.
Growing up, I was an idiot because I dropped a mortar in a fucking Arizona green tea jug. And that thing, when I think its height peaked head level, we were like, uh-oh. He booked it in directions, dude.
Oh, God.
But I still got them on my fingers.
There you go. Well, that's the cool thing about these action movies, man. They like when you watch them at a young age, they bring so much out of you. Like our last episode that we did for the B Action was Soldier. And that was another thing. Me and Jim freaking watching Kurt Russell being fucking badass. And now we want to run around the woods being fucking badasses, man.
Yep. That's how I grew. That's how I grew up with like Rambo. That's how I grew up with Delta Force. Like even movies I wasn't allowed to watch, you knew enough of. Or we had cartoons of those action movies, and we would just go reenact those out in the woods. You know, watching Beastmaster, I'm going to go out and find a stick that looks like a sword, and I'm going to go run around and swing and hack at things all over the woods, man. It was a different era for that. And it's not, oh, look how violent they made people. The fuck it did.
Yeah.
It made me violent. It made me go outside and do shit. You know, I wasn't
100%.
hurting other people, my friends. We would, come back with bruises and stuff, but it didn't make me want to go shoot up places. That's just stupid. It made us imagine shit. We had fun.
Imagination. Yes.
Exactly. Screw that. It's a lost art almost. Let's do a test.
Yeah,
I'll take my kids now, throw them in for about 12 hours of nothing but action movies, and then drop them in the woods and see if we get like a Lord of the Flies situation to happen.
Charlie just goes, survive.
Well, that was like, I'm not gonna lie. When I turned 16 years old, me and my buddy were at Walmart, and I was like, I wonder if I can buy an axe. And I bought an axe. And I was 16 because I was driving my car. I drove home. I'm like, you know what? I got tons of trees around my house. I would start hitting one with a fucking axe. I've never done that before. And so I just started fucking chopping up a tree for no goddamn reason.
I think puberty doesn't truly hit till you actually get to chop something up with an axe. That's just how that works. Yeah. Swing an axe, man.
The axe was much funner than the machete. The machete just hurt your hand when you hit a tree.
Yeah. That ring up your arm through your wrist. They're not as sharp as they look on TV or in movies.
They're not. I think you actually have to take them to get sharp.
You have to get them sharpened. And for a lot of times, really, really sharp ones aren't as handy as ones that are more of a, hack through shit. So welcome to our TED Talk about weapons we used to play with when we were teenagers.
But now, as far as like the director goes, like, because there's not a lot of back history on this movie. Did you by chance look up into any of his previous films or anything like that?
I didn't look up into anything because I was just trying to find more about Solo. I went on the Wikipedia. I went
there's nothing.
There's nothing. Mm-hmm. I want a making of this movie. Like, come on. Like, this was a project Mario wanted to do. He was excited to do it. So where's the fanfare? Where's all the extras for this?
And it came out in theaters too. I thought this was a direct release, like a direct to video, but it wasn't. It was actually a theatrical release. And I don't know. I'm confused. Like, all I could find was Robert Manson wrote the book. The first movie is based off The Weapon, and he wrote that in 1989. And apparently, based off the synopsis, it's the book. Now, as far as what happens, but the synopsis is everything that it said in the synopsis happens in the movie, 100%.
Right.
And then he made a sequel to it in 1992 called Solo, and that's where they end up taking the name from, just calling it Solo instead of Weapon, which is I think probably a better idea than just having a movie called Weapon.
Yeah, it doesn't roll off the tongue as easy.
Do they explain, like, is Solo like an acronym for something, or is why is that his name?
No, I think we're supposed to just take it as he can go in and do missions solo. So, not having any other support or a battalion behind him. He's solo.
Sure. Okay. You know what? Then I don't get it. Okay.
No, it's fine. I mean, we're from an
Charlie,
era
I
of
know.
acronym. Well, no, we're from most things have an acronym like rotor and stuff like that.
Daryl.
This one, Daryl, we expect it, but this one's simple and it's like, nah, he's just one dude. He's solo. He's the only one. Quotation marks.
I get that too. Like, because the whole thing with him is they're supposed to be able to just drop them there, and if they need to leave him, they leave him.
Yeah,
they say,
they're disposable.
Yeah, disposable. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. The only reason he's $1 billion because he's the first one. So it's supposed to be like eventually they'll mass produce these things, and they become cheaper and cheaper and cheaper as you make them, and then they can literally just drop them and not worry about it ever again.
If you were to make an army of these, Charlie, who would you model him after? Because this Solo wanted to be like Michael Jordan, right? Like that was the thing. It's like, I want to be like Michael Jordan. I thought it was fucking awesome.
I love that.
Well, I think that had a lot to do with how they were like setting up, like his AI is completely different than what they programmed him for. He actually has wants and needs and stuff like that.
Yeah. But who would you model your Solo 2000 after?
Chuck Norris.
So you want him to kind of be like Chuck Norris.
Just instill fear in the hearts of everyone. We're like, is that fucking Chuck Norris?
And it's his stunt double is what it is.
Yeah, it's just stunt double Chuck Norris. But yeah, just that thought process of, because I mean, anybody could drop Arnold down there and they'd be like, we want your autograph. But if you drop Chuck Norris in the middle of the shit, George W. would have bought 1 billion Chuck Norrises because he thought he was actually in Delta Force. He's like, dude, we really need you to help us. He goes, you do know it's movies, right?
Logan, who would you model him after?
Oh shit, you probably know his name, Charlie. I don't know it, but the bad guy from Cobra, and he's in Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Son of a bitch, Brian Thompson.
Brian Thompson.
Yeah, because he's just he looks fucking mean as shit. He has that face and his deep cuts in his face. He just looks fucking mean and scary. Yeah. I would say him.
Would you want him bald, or would you want him to have the mullet like he has in Lionheart?
Ooh, it's a good mullet in Lionheart.
It is a good mullet.
It depends on the air.
He's also in Terminator. He's one of the punks at the beginning.
Yeah, he's also Plankton. No, I'm kidding. That's what he sounds like in Shao Kahn.
Well, he's also in was it 911? Because Becca's been watching that. And I was like, that's the guy.
He's also in Joe Dirt. He's Buffalo Bill in Joe Dirt. But I would probably do 20 Toxic Avengers.
Ooh, Toxies.
I'd have Toxies running around, dude. Fucking people. Because they would be, disoriented because of the way he looks, let alone he's a fucking robot. So that's what I would do.
I think just dropping a robot in the middle would be enough.
Death machines.
Oh God, that's all you would need. But like how he looked before they put skin on him, that was fucking terrifying. That was horror movie-esque.
And how did they put skin on him again in this?
They didn't use the thing from
Hologram Man.
They didn't use the Terminator bio armor Play-Doh machine to put skin on him.
Bio armor regenerator.
Yeah, we didn't get to see that in this movie. Dude, they were still working out the kinks.
God, I remember I had the we didn't have any Toys R Us anywhere close to us. It was the closest Toys R Us was like an hour and like 20 minutes from my house. And I went there one time, and I was picking out my toy, and for some reason I picked out that same toy thing, but I bought the Power Ranger one, and I just did I wish my dad was more like me. And when my son picks out a toy, I know it's just going to be, he's going to open it up and he's not actually going to play with it. It's just going to be there for a second. I are you sure you want to get that? And I don't, it's not to encourage him not to get it. It's just I want him to realize you're not going to get to play with this. This toy's not playable.
This. Yeah. Really think about this. You're going to get bored with this real fast.
Oh my God. And once I figured out you couldn't really move them. And I was like, oh, this is useless. And then you got to paint them. I'm like, I get to go to Toys R Us 3 times in my entire freaking life. And that's the one thing I pick.
Yeah. Regrets.
Yeah. So as I was checking out the director, I did notice, So there's this movie that I have been wanting to see for a long time because I saw it on sci-fi. I don't know if any of y'all have seen this movie, but I finally found out what movie it was. And I have searched the internet. I talked to ChatGPT, any kind of free AI I could get my hands on to try to find this freaking movie. And all I could do is explain it. It was like there's a mom and a little boy in a drugstore. The boy's wearing a Halloween mask and he gets shot during a gang shootout. That's the whole premise of what I got. I could never find the freaking movie. And then I'm on IMDb today and I'm searching up this director. The movie he made before this movie was called Blue Tiger. And that's the fucking movie I've been looking for years.
Holy shit.
And soon as I saw it, and it's a great movie. It's got Virginia Madsen in it.
Blue Monkey.
Oh, Virginia Madsen from Highlander 2.
And she's all in Candyman and stuff like that.
Yep.
And Michael Madsen's actually in it for like a short little second. But like this movie, I saw it like I saw it on sci-fi and it like broke my heart because like in the first 5 minutes of the movie, this little 6-year-old dies and gets shot and you see him die. Like, no,
Damn.
like it's
Back
straight
in
up
me
like,
style.
yeah, I mean, it's like, yeah, back in me style. No, it sucks because the bullet ends up like going through like this mobster and ends up hitting the little boy and then she just breaks down. It's basically it's like a female Punisher, basically.
Yeah.
And
Write
like,
that down, Charlie.
I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, it's great. It's on Tubi. And that's the thing is, soon as I saw that and I read the description of this movie, I was like, that's the movie. And immediately stopped doing anything for this movie and immediately found it on Tubi and started watching it immediately.
Fair enough. It happened to the best of us. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
I was so excited because, dude, it's been so like, I've like, man, I don't know, like, every like 10 plus years I've been trying to figure out what movie this is. And every time I could never find the movie because at that time I didn't know who was in it. I just know that the little boy's wearing a like Halloween costume and he gets shot in the chest and he dies. And it's during a gang shootout in a pharmacy. And that's literally the first 5 minutes of the freaking movie.
Damn.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I wrote that down because I kind of want to cover it in the future because it is. The rewatch was pretty good. It's not as actiony as I thought it might have been.
Right.
Because there's some parts of it like that are just kind of, I don't know, like they take a turn in the middle of the movie where they could have like made it a little bit better and they kind of like, oh, no, we're not going to give you what you want just yet. We're going to make you wait for it. I didn't like that part. But I mean, I understand it's making a movie. You can't get the resolution only an hour into the movie. You know what I mean? You still gotta wait for it to get what you want. But yeah, like I was so shocked when I found that movie. And I don't know. I even wrote down now. I was like, gotta talk about Blue Tiger.
He's like, I immediately stopped doing everything and bought a copy.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah.
That happens.
I'm writing my notes right now.
That happens.
Writing that notes.
Charlie and I like
on eBay.
We do that shit all the time. We talk about this movie. I'm like, you mean this one? And we're like, add to cart.
You guys are gonna love this movie I picked. How do we know? Because I already bought it. It's on its way.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's crazy because like I didn't even know it was a book either. Too. That's another thing is and I was trying to find like an audio version of the book so I could at least like listen to it while I work. I couldn't find it anywhere. His first book, which is like I think it was called Chicken Hawk. It's about the Vietnam War. I think it's more like not a like biography, but kind of like it's basically it's not a story based. You know, it's actually just facts about the Vietnam War.
Oh, okay.
Is Louis Gossett Jr. in it?
Stop it. I'm gonna slap you.
Is it about a bunch of military?
I'm gonna slap you. I'm gonna slap you. Okay.
Tim Thomerson shows up.
I'm gonna slap the shit out of him.
Turkey Hawk. What was it?
I'm gonna hurt you. I'm gonna hurt you. I'm gonna hurt you.
What was the name of it, Logan?
I will drive
Chicken
down.
Hawk.
I will drive down to where you live. I have your address.
I gotta tell Daniel. Chicken Hawk.
Both of you. I'm gonna stop at his house first. And then I'm gonna bring his head.
Charlie's gonna Three Stooges us.
Yeah. You're gonna look through your peephole and go, "Oh, hey, it's Daniel," and it's just gonna be me holding his fucking head.
Psych. Speaking of psych, in this movie.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This movie's got some good one-liners. I'm not gonna lie. I really enjoy a good one-liner when it comes to my action movies.
It has a lot of great one-liners in this one, really, if you get down to it. I don't want to spoil the end one right off, but I laughed my ass off whenever I actually knew he was getting ready to say. I hadn't watched this movie in like, God, 25 years. Like, it's been a while since I've sat down and shut up, Dustin. But yeah, this one was kind of fun to, like, I remembered 95% of it. There was just small little things of lines and stuff like that. I knew the big reveal at the end, stuff like that. But this one, it was a lot of fun. And you know what? I was reading reviews, and it's not got great reviews.
But and I want to speak on that real quick. And just on what you said, too, how you said you remembered about 90% of this movie?
90, 95, somewhere around there.
That's because there's almost nothing going on.
True.
In this movie. There's like a lot of, I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like watching, I'm like,
you're right.
I'm like trying to think of points of where I'm going to talk and what I want to talk about, but it's like, I don't think there's a lot of shit happening.
It's the last 15 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
First 10, last 15. That's the action movie of it. The kids feel good movie is in the middle. And it's, you can definitely tell it was what Mario Van Peebles wanted to do. He wanted to be this folk hero-ish kind of story among these people and, you know, show their culture, show all this other stuff. But it just goes and goes and goes. And they throw the gorillas in, but there's not enough of them. And if have you guys seen Machete 2?
I haven't seen the sequel. No,
the one dude is Mendez. He's the one that has his heart in the case.
Drives the Millennium Falcon around.
Yeah. Well, that's Mel Gibson driving the land speeder around. Mendez
that's not Mel Gibson, because Mel Gibson's at the end of the movie. The guy you're talking about is the mansion that Machete goes to.
Yeah, the mansion. There's no Millennium Falcon in there.
The land speeder. That's what it is.
That's Mel Gibson in the lab. Mel Gibson has lands because he goes.
He drives a Star Wars car. I promise you. He's sitting there driving a little fucking Star Wars car. This guy
Mendez doesn't. All right, everyone will let you know where this ends. Go ahead.
Cut to the tape.
Yeah.
Cut to the tape now, Logan.
Cut to the tape now. Logan. Roll that beautiful bead footage, sir.
No,
you're ready to eat beads, Dustin.
So there's this girl that it emphasizes in this little community. She's like, what do you think? 19?
Dude,
20?
I was going to say like 16 probably.
I thought 13 the first time I saw her. I felt like she got older as the movie went because the director went, this is getting creepy if we don't make her older at the end of the movie.
I'm sitting there like, are they about to make a love angle with this girl and this robot?
Yep.
Dude, our last review, me and Parker talked about Soldier, and they do the same freaking thing where there's like, hold on a second, that's a married woman. Why are you putting all this sexual tension between this soldier and a happily married woman?
Yeah, that was a weird take on that movie. But yeah, they do it here with a teenage 19 will be safe, but girl and a android.
Do you think it's piston shaped or piston like pneumatics?
Oh, I don't think he's got anything. I'm not gonna lie.
I think it's a Ken doll.
Or do you think he just lays on the floor and vibrates? And and she's like, all right, I'm in.
PG-13, Dustin. PG-13.
That's my point, is they try to make a love angle out of this shit. I'm like,
you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
It's there. It's there.
It's so out of place. I know that they're trying to pull this humanity connection out, and she's supposed to be
robots.
I know, but
how is he human?
This is the other thing that I feel like it was probably difficult for Mario is at the start, Solo feels like he's part human, part android. He never feels fully, robotic or dead, emotionally. He's not like Brent Spiner as Data, where it takes a while before you like, oh yeah, he's got feelings. He's got emotions pretty quickly in this movie, and they kind of blame it on the programming he received, but they don't do a really good job of building to him having humanity at the end, is what I'm trying to say.
They don't. But I did like that trait, especially with it coming from Adrien Brody, being super young, and like how he's like, this is the protocol. We're doing this. If we're under fire, we're leaving your ass. To his whole arc, and that's all Solo thinks about until this little kid selflessly puts himself in front of his brother. I don't know if they were actually brothers, but in the village.
Yeah, he's my brother. He's my brother.
Okay. But he's like, why did you sacrifice yourself like that? He goes, because I fucking love him. I don't know. And that was kind of cool seeing that little, switch flip in Solo for him to understand where he was coming from, but not sure if he's going to try and do the same thing, because all he is ones and zeros at this point.
Yeah. That's actually one of my favorite non-actiony scenes in this movie is that booby trap getting set off.
Booty trap.
And almost booty trap. And then the kid is the hero first, and then Solo gets to do his robot thing afterwards, which it's a great thing. And then it's the Terminator. Why do you cry? I do not understand just human emotion. That's kind of what they're trying to go with the Solo angle of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think they did good.
Oh yeah. I'm not knocking it.
I don't know how mad you guys would be, but if my entire village had one TV and we're sitting there all enjoying the TV and we have some stranger come out to our fucking, in our living room and yank out the back of it to try and fix himself with, I'd be madder than hell.
I would be at first.
Oh yeah.
At first. And then I'd be like, you better get really good FM. Can I get XM radio on you too? Can I get Ozzy's Boneyard through this?
He's got like the TV on his abs now.
He totally looks like Krang.
Like
Krang's android body walking out there with the CRT thing in the middle of him. Absolutely.
That's what they should have tied up was the CRTV, man. Because that would have probably knocked someone out too.
That shit explodes too if you hit it just right.
Oh yeah. Because it holds those charges.
Oh, absolutely. Those guys working on them. They're like, how you have to discharge them, otherwise they could kill you.
Oh yeah. TVs and microwaves, they'll fucking stop your heart.
It will. God, I miss the 80s and 90s where appliances could kill us.
I like the once the gorillas come to the village, right? Because they lay it out for us that these people in this village, they quote unquote call them peasants. And they're like, these people won't be able to protect themselves once you're gone. So Solo's like, okay, so if you give me power, I will teach you how to fucking fight. And he teaches them and they build the booby trap. And I love when the gorillas show up and there's that rope hanging with the stick. And that stick looks exactly like the log that's hanging up, dude.
It's so stupid but hilarious at the same time. That one guy's like, no, don't.
That's the thing is like it's so effective to the point where it didn't kill anyone, but it blew up all of their fucking cars.
Yeah.
Well, that's the funny thing. If you watch it, Solo really doesn't kill anybody until the very end of the movie. It's like, okay, that guy died. That guy's not living after that. That guy probably lived, but that guy died.
Those kills at the end of the movie felt like they were filming an R-rated movie and they cut it. Like some of those kills he's doing, you're like, I think that tree limb went through that guy and then he broke it so he would fall on it more. I'm thinking somewhere there's a cut scene of a log going through a guy with blood coming out the back of it.
Or him sliding down it, dude.
Yeah, that or when he crushes that dude's shin bone from the front and just gone. I'm like, this is violent.
Gnarly, dude. And I've seen a lot of horror movies in my life. I've seen a lot of people impaled. I've never seen the impaler break what he used to put the period on the fucking statement.
Right, yeah.
Dude, and he's like, fuck you.
And he walks on. He just walks on. Just now time to kill the next guy. It's awesome.
That's it. Yeah. He like Charlie, and I was over here actually with Logan and Paul when we did Rambo First Blood Part 2. when Rambo goes in there and starts doing his silent assassin shit, when I seen him doing that in this, when he picks that dude up with the rope,
oh, dude,
I'm like,
and he drops down like
oh my god, it's scary.
If there's something Mario Van Peebles did really well, it's just being able to be fully stiff like a robot and just land and take off walking. Like doing cartwheels and flips with explosions going off around him. Like the last 15 minutes of this movie is pure action gold, like just the purest of gold. And that's really the biggest endearing part of this movie. If it was all the middle part of this movie, this would be a slog to get through. It's not long. It's like an hour and a half long movie.
It's about an hour and a half. Yeah.
Yeah. So so I was going to save this till later, but I'll say it now. This movie came out way too late for the genre. Had this movie come out in the early 90s when there was a lot of these coming out, I think it would have done better and probably would not have been forgotten as much. But this is at the tail end of all of the big action guys are coming to an end. Arnold is just getting ready to do like End of Days. He, Van Damme is doing The Quest and Legionnaire, and Stallone. I don't know if there's anything in the late 90s that was Stallone driven. So this was kind of
because he took a break there for a hot minute because he did Copland and then Drive.
Yeah.
That was like when he was getting away from his action films.
He was trying to broaden himself out, but he's also slowing down a lot. And he didn't want to go direct to TV or direct to video like others did. Him and Arnold kind of steered away from that. But Solo is like one of the last, what should have been a straight to video, because that's exactly what it feels like.
Yeah.
And it would have probably made more money had it just went straight to video and not went through all the marketing bullshit and, going out and doing all these other things to try. This is a $19 million budget. Like, this movie didn't need to be $19 million.
I think it only made 15 million back too, to be honest.
Probably till today, it's probably only made $15 million back.
It's all Charlie.
Every bit of it.
It's all Charlie.
Sorry, honey, my investments aren't exactly the S&P.
There isn't a Blu-ray release.
No,
by the way, and there's only a DVD, and the DVD is like $30 on eBay, which I think is like it's way too much money for a DVD.
It definitely is way too much, especially for this one. A Blu-ray, I mean, it'd be nice if somebody picked it up and we got a Kino Lorber like 2K rip of it or something. I'd buy it at that point. I'm not saying I wouldn't get a big peek of it. I can
absolutely see this in Vinegar Syndrome.
Yeah, Synopsis, any of those ones that want to get it. To me, it sounds like it's probably tied up in some kind of weird ownership type thing is why we haven't gotten it.
And I would say ownership because there's almost no music in this movie. Like this, like needle drop.
It's like there's a score, but there's no ballads or metal or anything.
Yeah, so we can't blame it on Queen or.
You don't blame nothing on Queen, sir.
I'm talking about the Iron Eagle Blu-ray, Charlie. Like,
stop it!
But your point was we don't have.
So you're not even allowed to say the name anymore. You're not even allowed to say the name anymore. No.
Yeah, chicken.
Stop
turkey.
It. Can we?
All right,
delete him. Can we just ban him right now? I'll finish solo. I'll do this solo.
He goes, "You're fired." But no, man. Like we haven't even talked about the villain of this movie, man.
Well, let's save some stuff. Let's save some stuff when we actually start talking about the movie.
Oh, okay. Then let's start talking about the movie.
Well, that's what I was saying. We're talking all about the movie. We haven't even started to do the time.
Oh, sorry.
This ain't our show, Dustin. We just wing it.
No, you're fine. All right. Well, let's say I'm going to read the back of the box. What's called? I picked this one to read because the words are very easy to read. Usually I don't do this. Usually it's the guest, and Mickey is not here today, so
that's right.
I will try my best. I will channel my inner Mickey for this one. Mario Van Peebles stars as a force of one in Solo, the high-tech adventure about an army android who learns to think and kill for himself. The army's biggest threat since the atom bomb. Solo is the industrial android wired to win at every battle. But when innocent civilians are tortured by his unit, Solo discovers he's on the wrong side of an illegal operation. Now the Army's utilized weapon is waging a one-man war against his own creators.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I thought Mickey was on vacation.
That's right. Yeah. And he had like some kind of Comic-Con this weekend. Jeez.
Yeah.
Didn't know he was showing up.
Yeah. What the heck, dude?
But yeah, that's I've got on like this is one like this is like when I would go VHS shopping and I found this. Like when I would go to my little like my main stops I go to buy or my little like mini conventions or whatever, and I saw this, I was like, finally I have a copy of it.
It's a great one. I need to get a new one. We never bought it. It was just one of those we would rent every once in a while.
Oh yeah, that's like that's not even a year old. Like I finally got it. I came this close to buying the DVD, but I was just like, it's going to be, no offense, but it's a super old DVD. You know, it's going to look like dog shit.
It's going to look terrible.
Yeah.
Like I got it on Prime. It was really clean cut. Like, I don't know if they've done some kind of digital release of it somewhere. Now it could be that they got a German release or something, but the one on Prime looked amazing. I was like, holy crap, this really looks great.
It's so weird when you see a movie from another country will have the rights. I don't know why that or Spain.
Different laws.
I see a lot with Spain. Freaking Spain puts out a 4K release of a movie and it's only $18 freaking dollars.
Yep.
And I'm like, that's ridiculous. Like the Punisher, the 4K version of the Punisher from Spain is so fucking badass looking. I'm pretty sure it's Spain, but whatever country it's from, it's so fucking cool. It's got this cartoon drawn like slip cover and stuff. But yeah, we don't get cool shit like that here in the US.
It's some kind of release rights studio thing. And that's another thing is, just because the studio releases it here, it could have been sold to another studio in another country, and they may have a different release, legalities with it. Canon was notorious for that. They'll just sell it to whoever would want to get it. So yeah, it could be done by Paramount here and fuck all over there. It doesn't matter. It'd be totally different.
Yeah, I don't know. Like that's the one thing I think is ridiculous sometimes because like I don't have a region-free player. My buddy has one because that's another thing with these region-free players. Like sometimes like you're paying $100 and that thing breaks in like 2 freaking months.
The best thing now though is with 4K. 4K is region-free. It was horrible with Blu-ray. Blu-ray, you're like, oh, what region am I getting if I ordered it for here? I got a buddy that would go over to Europe and he'd be able to pick up movies, but if it's a wrong region, it's just throwing money away. But 4Ks don't have a region lock. So if it's a 4K foreign release, grab it. It just, you got to make sure it has a English version.
Yeah.
And not just like English subtitles, because that'll be another thing they'll get you on too.
Yeah, man, it sucks. Fucking like, even like, I wanted a physical copy of, there's this game I've been looking at because the sequel just came out, but Forgive Me, Father, where it's like a H.P. Lovecraft's installed, like H.P. Lovecraft meets Doom style first person shooter. And I want the hard copy on Switch, but it's a foreign release only. So it's like I have to digitally download it if I actually want to play it.
Right.
Well, Switches aren't region locked either.
Oh, they're not?
Oh no, I bought games from Japan.
Oh shit. Okay, cool. Okay, because it's only $25 for the physical copy of it.
Yeah, they're not region locked.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I learned something today.
Good looking out, Dustin. Good job.
4Ks and Switches.
All right, so let's start with the opening. So we open up, we get the title scene, and we get this introduction to Solo. He's a heavy advanced military android that is built for like covert ops and shit. We see he is dropped in Central America, a part of like this jungle black ops mission, and I believe, if I can remember correctly, they're only there to destroy that landing strip.
It's an airstrip that they're there to blow up. Yep.
Yeah, and I think it's like we understand they're warlords, so I'm guessing for some reason to like prevent their planes from coming in and bring them their supplies, because they don't really go full detailed into what these warlords are actually doing.
Yeah, there's never mention of drugs or anything, just bad. That's all we know. They're bad guys.
Oh yeah, rebels. So of course, if they're named rebels, they got to be bad.
Do you think they trade Jade there, Charlie, like they do in Raw Force?
No one trades Jade like they do in Raw Force for
Jade.
the weight of women. No, that's not how it works. Still terrible at math on that one.
Yeah. It looks about right.
No.
But yeah, so like we get into this scene where their Solo plants all the charges and he's about to blow it up, but we start to get this like android vision, which that's kind of why I brought up like RoboCop, because it reminds me of the RoboCop vision and shit like that, where he's able to see people interacting, and he finds out these people that are working there are technically working there against their will. So they're actually innocent. They're doing what they have to do to save their lives. So he makes the constant effort to override the mission because he doesn't find them as being hostiles.
Mm-hmm.
So he starts to remove the charges. Meanwhile, as they find out that these charges are being removed and, you know, what's called Solo's going rogue or whatever they want to call it, the Colonel Matson ends up deciding to just blow the freaking airstrip anyway.
Yep.
And then they end up exploding the airstrip and everything like that. And then they take off living, like, all right, well, he didn't work on this mission. We're leaving him without, because he's expendable or whatever.
Yep.
And we get this really cool action scene where like they're taking off and like, what the hell is that? And it's him on the helicopter.
The helicopter's like this.
That was, so you're watching this and you like the helicopter visibly shakes and feels like it drops. I'm like, didn't you bring him there? Like, what's the weight capacity of this helicopter? Like, he was already on there once, and there's probably at least 7 dudes in this helicopter now plus Solo. But you should tell everybody who this evil general is that's running around, or colonel or whatever it is. This is William Sadler, sir.
Yeah, William Sadler.
Bill Sadler, man. I love when he pops up on screen.
Dude, the Grim Reaper himself, the bad guy from Die Hard 2. I love William Sadler. Demon Knight. Jesus, man. This guy has been in everything. Yep. Demon Knight.
Yep.
Well, you know what I like more about him in this movie is his damn shoulder pads. I guess to make him look more intimidating. He's got these thick fucking shoulder. If you look at him when he's in the field, he's got these super thick shoulder pads.
It's not that power suit that the women wore in the 80s. Just get those big shoulder pads tucked up in there with Velcro, ready to go. His war paint later in the movie, though, is top tier. Okay.
Badass,
it's amazing.
They're like, we have these bulletproof vests for you, but here's the catch. It's only your shoulders.
Right?
When you are getting shot at, please run like this. So they shoot
go juggernaut at it and just shoulder first right into everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it ends up making it back to the base. And then we get introduced to Adrien Brody as Dr. Bill, and he's the guy who's the brainchild behind Solo. He's the one who's been working with him and everything like that. And basically, he is why Solo exists in the first place, because it's his way of working on the androids and his technology or whatever.
Nerd.
It was a nice surprise where I hadn't watched this in so long. Dude. When I had saw it, I probably didn't even know who Adrien Brody was. But now knowing who he is, you're like,
early in his career.
Oh, right? It has to be. I think he's done a few things earlier, but like watching this, I'm like, holy shit, it's Adrien Brody. Like this guy's a great actor. He's a Solo. It's like, all right, here we go.
Yeah. What Oscar winner, Adrien Brody?
Right. Yeah.
It's crazy. It's funny when you see these movies and they're like, there's like people in them that you didn't know were in them. Like, I rewatched The One with,
Jet Li. Yeah. Jet Li, Jason Statham.
Jason Statham's in it.
Yeah. With hair. That's scary. Jason Statham with hair, sir. Don't do that ever again.
He's also like somewhat like, not like, then you find, he was in Snatch. I mean, he was in Snatch and Lock, Stock, Two. I think he's in Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels.
Stock, Two Smoking Barrels, Snatch. Yeah. The Guy Ritchie stuff.
Yeah, but like this, like you're like, it's not the same Jason Statham. Like he's kind of like, he looks like a little more like a pudgy and stuff like that. Like he doesn't look like this action star.
And he's not a main character. Like he's a complimentary character through it, but he's not the main one. It's kind of like watching Ghost of Mars with him. He's not the main character in Ghost of Mars either. It's all around the same time with him getting his start on American movies and productions and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, then you finally get Transporter. I think that was like 2001.
That was like his big breakout.
Yeah.
Where he can start doing his fights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He said, what's the job?
What's the job?
What's the job?
I gotta shave my head. I'll do it.
You said there's ghosts on Mars. Fine. I'll take him out with this sock.
Yeah. It's my Ghostbusters sock. Let's see, it's got Egon Spangler on the side of it. And we're going to go bust some ghosts.
He says, now you want me to transport this girl with a car that has rotating license plates? Fine. I'll do the job. This is like within Adrien Brody's first 10 movies.
Okay. Yeah. Super early.
Still, he had like 3 TV shows and then a couple movies than this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Cause then he was not too long. I think not too much farther after this. He was in, it's like the Son of Sam movie and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like it's fun. Like when, like I say, it's fun when you see these like little bits of pieces that like when you get older, you're like, now that I know things, you're like, oh shit. Shit.
Now that I'm not a dummy.
Yeah. Yeah. Now that I'm not 8 years old anymore.
Jesus, so stupid.
Kids are dumb.
Couldn't even tell greatness back then. Stupid.
So the main General Hayes or whatever, he wants to figure out what the fuck happened to the mission, what went wrong. We find out that Solo has created a conscience based off of like his programming has went beyond what it was built for, and that surprisingly this is something super special. But the thing is that's not what the Army wants. The Army wants a thing that you tell it what to do and it fucking does it. They don't want a thing to think. They want a thing to do the prime directives and that's it. So they're going to decommission them and they're going to send them off the base and they're going to try to figure out what went wrong. And they're going to let Bill do that. But before they can do this, they're sending out the telecommunications. And Solo, through his technology, is able to receive that signal. So he knows what's going to happen. Yep. So he's like, well, yeah.
Big satellite dish around the ear pops out.
Comes out his back.
Looks like dial tone from G.I. Joe. Got that fucking giant thing on the back of his head.
Who intercepted this?
We've been jammed. Raspberry.
But yeah, they end up he ends up basically changing his prime directive, which is to stay alive, because now he's kind of like somewhat thinking for himself. Basically, it seems like he's got directives and he can choose which one he wants to do, basically, because you get this on almost like a video screen, like what action do you want to take? And it kind of, you see him go through and pick out which one he wants to do.
You get that. It's like the RoboCop when his prime directives would pop up and it would tell the audience what he's bound by. But what I did like about this one is they didn't go the trope that every robot movie did in the 80s and 90s. Solo gets hit by lightning, and then all of a sudden he has a personality. He's not Johnny Five. And I like that. I like that it's more of a computer program that is just evolving. You know, it's actually way more relevant now that we're fucking around with AI or Logan's talking to Chat GPT about movies. You know, it's
done.
Exactly. Sarah Connor is disappointed in us, everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. Just it makes life easy at first till we're all slaves. Okay, that's what's going to happen. But I like that they gave it more of a computer reason for why he's doing what he's doing, not a malfunction of the system. You know, and he's fucked up. You got to talk about that his battery's messed up, because that is a huge plot point in this movie, because when they blow up the charges too early, it knocks out his side. Great effect on his side to look like, you know, the machine inside there. But it does the Terminator thing. It damaged my primary power source, so I have to get rid of him running on my nuclear backup. But he has a backup battery that's not as strong, doesn't last as long, can't charge as many times. So Solo's on a timer. And that helps with the movie. That helps with the pacing, because otherwise he's just going to be invincible. So I also like that as well, that you need to have stakes with an indestructible robot.
Yeah. That's perfect for storytelling and stuff like that, is because he just can't go around doing, like I said, like I was saying earlier with the other movie, you can't just, you know, if you don't give him a reason why he can't go full balls to the wall, you wouldn't have an hour and 30 long minute movie.
No, you'd have a 30-minute TV episode, and that would work in a 30-minute TV episode. But when you need, I mean, we're talking dragging out a 90-minute movie that's not that long, but you still need something to go. It's always the ticking timer. There has to be a reason to get from point A to point B, whether it be a bomb or there's an explosion that's going to happen or someone's going to die at a certain time. You got to get, it's like Commando. I have so long to get to my daughter. That's the driving force in the movie. He has reasons why he has to make the decisions he does, and that's to stay charged and, to make the decision, do I expend my battery power to help, because it means I'm going to use all this and I'm not going to be up to snuff and I don't know if I can charge again, but he still makes that decision to help, those that need it with the peasants and stuff. Yeah,
which is really cool, because that's the whole part where, like, this is throughout the entire movie, we actually visually see his AI adapting and changing.
Yes.
It's not like, oh, we said he could do it. No, we give you examples and instances where something would arise and he learns and he adapts and he adds it to his whole major way of thinking, and it becomes plot relevant at certain points in the movie. Yes. So it makes really, really good sense, which is cool, because, like, I want to read the book now, because I wonder if a lot of that was in the book,
Right. What I'm hoping is the book is a little bit more of adult themed, as far as themes and stuff. This one went a little safer on things, but I'm betting the book, because it looked like there was also a bidding war when the rights were being sold for this too. Like, there was a couple of people trying to get the rights to this book. So someone knew something, especially for it not being a Tom Clancy and they're wanting to, snap up the rights to anything they can get a hold of. There had to be something behind it.
Yeah, I mean, like, and he made 2 books. I didn't read the synopsis of Solo, the sequel, but I looked at the picture and it shows like this android in a major city. So I'm like, does he just try to get
Solo?
Did you try to go and get a job at, like, a desk job or something like that?
Is it called Duo after part 2?
Duo Solo.
Dude, but I like that, because what Logan just explained with the sequel, I like that they do in this movie. They take an intelligence, something that this little community that he stumbles upon does not have. And he teaches them not only how to defend themselves, but, like, how to, like, the exertion of power that he has to do, which I think is really neat. Like, being out of place.
Yeah.
Like, best example is, like, Army of Darkness. Like, when Ash goes to the medieval times, he's a modern man teaching them how to do modern man shit when they shouldn't know how to do that yet.
Right. No,
I like that a lot.
It's a good fish out of water,
sure.
A night in King Arthur's court kind of look to it. It's like very future kid, there's different ways to look at it, but there's a movie called A Night in King Arthur's Court.
I know.
But I like the juxtaposition of the 2 cultures coming together. I love the little old lady that basically treats him like a god.
The abuela?
Abuela, yeah, and then tells everyone, like, he's gonna fuck you up. I'm waiting for her to bust out in the song, like, he's gonna kick your ass. He's gonna fuck you up. No, she's just giving you a prayer. That's what she's doing.
Yeah, he's the Yakayu.
The Yakayu
or whatever. Yeah. The force spirit that's going to kill the little boy.
I love it. She's my favorite.
Dude, and she does that shit a couple times, because Solo ends up saving this little boy that we meet in this cave, because he stumbles upon him. And all of a sudden, there's a rattlesnake in there.
Mm-hmm.
And Solo, whoop,
Ta-ta!
he fucking John Rambo's that shit, dude. Breaks that snake in half and saves this little boy. Now, this old lady, like, the first time we see her, dude, is the kid brings everyone back to this temple. It's like, he's here. He saved me. We should give him a proper burial. He's dead, but he's really in power save mode. He ends up getting, like, the militia shows up, right? Like the guerrillas. They show up and they're like, all right, he's going to fucking die. And then he snatches that gun out of that dude's hand.
They were going to make sure he's dead. Yeah, not dead.
And he's fucking everyone up. And after he's done, he starts walking into town, dude. And he turns and she's sitting there fucking poking the fire, getting the food ready. And he just kicks the shit over and she just keeps doing it. Dude.
He's in, like, the power's dying, so he has to trip over something.
That was the longest 30 seconds ever. He traveled from that temple.
There was a countdown timer we saw. They showed the audience a countdown timer, and I'm like, we're into, like, 2-minute territory right now. He should be, like, flat dead. He should have been Energizer Bunny. Done. Just face first.
Do you think if he stops walking, it starts charging up a little bit extra seconds and he keeps going?
It's the walking that's charging. It's got those little things in there like electric cars have now, you know, the active energizing shit.
He's got those things that George Clooney has.
You know those little cars used to get as kids and you just run them up real fast and just zing, 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 and then let go? Yeah. That's the technology Solo's based on. Find a really tall hill. He's going to be charged by the end of the hill.
Before all this, we see him steal the helicopter, and he crashes the helicopter into a mountain on purpose to literally. I don't know if in my head I was like, he's got to know that they know he didn't die, but it's like, but instead of just land the thing, no, I'm just going to blow the shit up, and I know I'll survive the crash. You know what I mean?
But they're
why wouldn't he save it for later?
Well, also the whole time we're listening to them talking about blowing it out of the sky, and they're like, no, we need to bring him back. No, we're going to kill him. It's like, it didn't fucking matter. He blew himself up into a mountainside. I also love budget movies because those helicopters obviously just had fucking conduit attached to the bottom and fake rockets and launchers like zip tied to the bottom of this thing. Like that helicopter does not come armed whatsoever, but they made it work and the budget allowed.
Hey, as long as it looks cool, that's all that fucking matters, man.
Dude, it's still practical effects in this movie. Okay. It's still blowing shit up, real explosions, real helicopters. Nothing's like, this is the problem. This would have been a great $5 million to $10 million straight to video movie. Could have still pulled off all the practicals, but now our straight to video movies that are supposed to be like these are all CG'd effect, and it kills it. It takes the fun out of it. I don't care that you saved money. It doesn't look good. Stop doing it.
Yeah.
Give me real shit again.
Sharknado.
Yeah, looking at you, Sharknado, and every other fucking Amityville Shark and every other fucking movie after it.
Amityville Vibrator.
God, dude.
Well, one thing I do like though is I like when he's walking back to he crash lands, and before the snake, to get to the snake scene, we basically see him finding shelter because when his battery dies, he has this like acid like trip like vision happening, where it's like he can't understand what's going on and shit, and he finds the shelter, and then Adrien Brody sends him a message basically explaining to him what's going on, and that, like, you know, they kind of like you said earlier, like they let us know like his charges aren't going to last long and he's going to have to recharge more often because he's on his backup cells,
right?
And that he basically lets him know, he's like, I will come out to help you if I can, basically. And that's when he starts to shut down and the little boy finds him and stuff like that. And the whole snake scene happens and stuff like that. Because it's kind of cool, because another thing we didn't talk about, like when that after that scene takes place, we see these cool flashbacks of how they were building him. And that's to the point where you were saying, like, before he put the skin on him,
the Michael Jordan
fucking
scene.
terrifying.
Oh my God, dude. This is like, you can tell it's an over the body prosthetic. So he looks thicker than he actually should be, but it's still pretty, like, it looks like it doesn't look robotic. It looks like muscles and robotics. Like it's
synthetic. Yeah.
Yeah. It's really wild to see. And the way he's just sitting there, and Brody is doing all this programming and shit, but then he drops this little thing of, hey, you don't care if I watch the game, joking around as he would with his creation. And that Michael Jordan commercial comes on. And Michael Jordan commercial we all saw in the 90s. Like, it's iconic. And he's like, that. I want to be like that. And I don't know if he says like Mike. I don't know if they could actually say that, but he's like, I want to be like that. Yeah. And it's like, and then all of a sudden the Mario Van Peebles bald head shows up on the computer screen, and that's what he's going to look like right there.
Looks nothing like Michael Jordan.
It's nothing.
So you mean black? You want to be black?
Black and bald.
They altered him 10% for copyright reasons. Okay.
Yeah. It's not Michael Jordan.
They should have added the earring, man. That would have been really
that would have been awesome. They should have had him playing basketball, because they're doing that like Aztec basketball.
Yeah, that would have been pretty cool.
That would have been awesome to like let him do the and just trying to do a slam dunk with the tongue out.
Oh, so yeah, he ends up what's called after, the little boy introduces him to the village and stuff like that. He ends up working out a deal with them because he needs their help, like you said earlier, Dusty, where he takes the thing out of the TV to help repair himself. He makes up a deal. We will give you parts to fix yourself if you protect us against the warlords or the rebels or whatever. Yeah. So that's their like little agreement that they have, so they can basically he can stay alive and they can stay alive at the exact same time.
Right. It's everybody benefits from it. Can we just talk about this little kid for a second though? Like, I don't hate this little kid, but this kid, his facial expressions crack me the fuck up in this movie. His eyes get giant, like cue balls at times when something's going on. Like, that's his go-to expression of, just huge look on his eyes. He doesn't go the route of being an annoying kid. I don't think he goes that. It's just his mannerisms, and it's a child actor. I will never make fun of a kid actor. They're learning.
I'll make fun of a kid.
Oh yeah.
I'll make fun of a kid, but not a kid actor.
Fuck them kids.
Because it's a director's job and everyone else's to do it right. So if a kid's, except for Bob, okay, that motherfucker was annoying. But anyway, yeah, I don't hate this kid, but I kept, every time the kid's on screen, like by himself even, I'm laughing just because the facial expressions he is doing and emoting in this movie just crack me up.
It's very short round. Like, that's immediately what I
it's close.
Like how he's over exaggerating, how, like you just said it, like when he's on the screen by himself, I don't hate it. No, but he also has a reason why he's on screen. Like, I like this little montage we're about to get into, where, Solo's sitting there saying, you do this, you do this, you do this, you do this. And then his ass turns around and he sees the little kid like mocking not mocking, more or less imitating.
He's just imitating
what he's
him.
doing.
Yeah.
And it's like he got scared, but by the end of the movie, it's like there's a reason why, which I really dig, because that's deep for a kid actor, like, especially with in the situation that he's in.
Yeah. No, it's like he's learning by, example. I do like though that they're doing that, and he's giving everybody jobs, and the kid's like, what can I do? And he goes, hands him a shovel. He's like, dig.
Dig.
Damn it. Yeah, that's the worst job out of the whole thing.
The one thing I did like though is I liked earlier in the movie when they do the scene where he's listening in on the villagers speak, and you can see him start to translate, and we see the subtitles go away, because to this point, every time they spoke, it's all been subtitles.
Yeah.
And like, this is like that point where like, okay, now it's not going to be subtitles anymore. So now we're hearing what Solo hears.
Yeah.
We're
hearing the pre-translated stuff.
You know what? And that makes sense, because that little kid doesn't talk when he's on the screen by himself.
Nope.
He's doing shit. But whenever
it makes a lot of sense till we get to the end of the movie. But yes, right here it makes a lot of sense.
Now the gorillas are speaking English and stuff because they're dealing with William Sadler and stuff later, but it's the villagers for the first part are speaking like Spanish or whatever it is that they're speaking. Yeah, or Portuguese. I don't know. I don't know 100% where they're depicting. There's a lot
I think it's something about Egypt because they make the ties to Egypt when they found your village.
Ties to Egypt, but then they're playing an Aztec game, and then
the temple is an Aztec temple.
Yeah, so it's like I think it's probably just a mash of multiple things, so it's not one particular. Just do what every other action movie does. It's Valverde. That's the safe country to go to that doesn't exist.
Well, Charlie, at least it's not Iran in this one.
Stop it, man. I'm sorry. I didn't know all that was going to happen after the movies I picked. Okay? It's not my fault. Not my fault.
I didn't do it.
I didn't do it. It's
I didn't do it.
Don't come
but that makes plenty of sense, man. Like, I didn't even think about with the translation, coming into play, and then that's what it is now. That's fucking smart, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a clever way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because without having subtitles for the whole movie and stuff like that, I just thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah, because they do it now more modern, like in sci-fi movies. It's like we'll put a translator in your ear,
a chip or something,
or we'll put a bug in your ear that can, all that weird shit. And now we, as an audience, can hear as the main character is hearing it. So it does work. I mean, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that.
But this is also the point where we do get this weird thing with the 19-year-old girl. Like, she just kind of starts popping in more and more, and it's more her mannerisms than Solo's.
Oh yeah, it's none of his doing. It's just her kind of googling over him.
It's not his fault that he's ripped. Okay, like it's not his fault that he looks.
My eyes are up here.
He's toy. He's toy like a toy guy.
Toy like a toy. It doesn't help that his tactical vest is also that mesh, so you can see through it and everything.
He's got to go to the club, Charlie. He's got to go to the club after this.
Looks like Terry Crews and white chicks. I love popping dusted. That's right.
Just sitting there doing the fucking robot, literally
doing the robot.
But yeah, she sits there and she's like, "Oh, well, do they make you pocket sized?"
Right.
And this is the part where they are building like the booby traps everywhere. Like we get the tree and and it's a very tense scene because
and all kinds of stuff.
And that's where you get the little boy scene that you were bringing up earlier.
Yeah.
But I love it because that tree thing that snaps, Solo could have stopped it there.
Yes.
But he doesn't because he sees this little boy selflessly cover up his brother and he wants to understand why. So that's why he goes and catches that fucking log as it's swinging back. And he goes, "Why did you do that?"
Yeah. The question should have been, why didn't you get out there and stop this motherfucker before it even got there?
I bet you if he stood in front of it and it hit him, it would just stop.
Well, I think that's what they're kind of showing. Because it was, what was it, like 5 guys that were like pulling that rope to pull it up into the tree?
Instead of him catching it on the second go, when it's dropping, he should have just went and stood in front of it.
But you needed that moment of the kid being selfless to teach Solo to be selfless.
I was answering your question as to
I didn't have a question at all.
You were like, "Well, why didn't you go do it?"
But
Solo?
that's to them is looking at that.
I'm thinking if he did it, it would have eliminated that whole thing.
This is also straight up. I couldn't help but just be like, this is straight up how the Ewoks were preparing for the Battle of Endor. Because I was like, they're pulling them trees up and sharpening sticks to stab stormtroopers. And I was just laughing internally going, yep, this is how we're going to fight machine guns and stuff. But it's effective. Dude, are we there? I don't want to get out too far ahead of Logan. I know you've got like a synopsis going. Are we almost to the battle with the gorillas yet?
Yeah, because this is the one point where we learn that basically these two, because there's this scene that we're speaking of right now, and there's one more scene that becomes crucial to the overall development of Solo, because at that scene where he saves the boy, he understands not every action has to be logical, because that's his whole point through the movie is every action is logical. That wasn't logical. Why would you do that? You sacrificed your life to save the little boy. Instead of you trying to just keep because his own ideas, I need to just stay alive.
Self-preservation. That's
Yes,
one of his.
exactly.
That's one of his
Directives. Yeah. And then and it's cool because then right after this scene, we get the really cool scene where the little boys are playing the back and forth with the I think the boy and the girl, whatever, and the little boy starts to bluff to make him think that he's hurt.
Yes.
And that becomes another big thing is that he learns like what bluffing is like, oh, not every action has to be made for that purpose and that purpose only. You could set up another action.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it is important to know this for as the movie goes, because it comes back into play. But he watches the guys playing cards, and they're talking about bluffing, about having a certain card. So this becomes a theme. Is it a little heavy-handed? It kind of is. The kid doing the thing would have been more than enough. I didn't need them to keep doing the whole bluff joke as it went through the movie, but it's fine. It does work. It does pay off at the end.
Is this also the part where he's chomping a cigar?
Yeah, he walks away from the guys playing cards.
And he learns how to laugh.
Yeah.
Oh, he's doing the Billy laugh from Predator?
Yeah, I was about to say that. I was about to say that. This reminds me of Predator. Want some candy?
Fire
totally.
Marshal Bill.
Oh, my God. And they digitize his laugh, and I'm like, no, you're making it more weird. You're making it way
scary.
too weird. It is.
Well, that's the thing. Is that I feel like it's supposed to be unnerving because he shouldn't at this,
He shouldn't know how to laugh.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
It's just as scary as shit seeing him try to do that. Then he's trying to hold the cigar in his hands, dude.
How's this work? What I suck on it?
It sounds like the freaking the Mars from Mars Attack. The Martians.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Say, but now, Charlie, we're at the fucking battle.
Dude, I love this battle because there's one particular weapon in this battle that I just get so excited over. The exploding barrel of arrows and spears.
Yes.
My God, dude.
Yeah, that probably killed some people.
It was sticking in dudes. They are dead. But they're doing their whole Ewok thing. The log swings through and hits that Jeep and blows it up.
It says do not pull on it.
Yeah, do not pull the little but they're throwing spears, firing flaming arrows, hiding in the trees. Why is that tree on fire? No, it's a flaming arrow coming at me. But then Solo just comes running through and lights this barrel. And these things are pointed everywhere, including at Solo, but it doesn't go towards him. But it blows up, and it is like a frag grenade of pointy things. And there's a guy that gets hit by at least 5 of these arrows / spears. Shit just gets wrecked from this barrel of death. And I lost my shit. I was like, that was the 5% I forgot of the movie was this thing right here. It's like, I totally forgot about that. That is awesome.
I will say though, the arrows on fire, that's not a good idea because it's like if part of guerrilla warfare, you're not supposed to find out where you're at.
Right.
If there's arrows on fire, you're seeing where they're coming from.
I can see you right now. I see where that fire shouldn't be in the tree, sir. We know where you are.
Yeah. He pulls the little ghillie net off of it.
It's just hiding the fire. No, it's later in the movie, sir.
Yeah. But man, no, I love this too because you get to see Solo like pretty much he laid the plan out, right? He's like, you.
Yeah, he's orchestrating it. He's telling them when to go. And it's great. And he's doing his thing. And this is where you start understanding how fast he is, how strong he is. And he's Android Batman because he'll just pop up behind someone and then disappear again. And then turn around and then pop up again. And then he'll jump and flip and then pop up. And I'm like, this motherfucker's Batman. He's like Jason.
He teleports.
He's Nightcrawler. He's out there bamfing all over the place.
But it was pretty cool. This seems pretty awesome, though. I would say, like it does suck because, like, at this point, we're like an hour into the movie until we finally get this scene.
Yeah,
there's been a lack of action for a while. I mean, we've had the helicopter explosion.
Yeah,
fine, but there's been a ton of exposition and just building this relationship with the villagers. You could have done it quicker. You could have done it way easier.
Or cut it in. That's the thing is, pick and okay, like if you're making the movie, okay, we got first 15 minutes, we got some action. Maybe 30 minutes from now, let's get some more action.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's not wait a whole 45 minutes till we get something else. Like, no, maybe let's give them a break, get some expedition because okay, let's find out what's going on at the base. Oh, you mean they're making another robot? Solo is not the only one. Okay, got it. That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean other people are coming in to take over? So to help fight with Colonel Madsen and stuff like that. Cool, got it. Now give me some blowing up shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you could have done have him do the deal with the villagers, and then he's like, "I will help you," and then cut to them preparing for the fight.
You're gonna need a montage.
Go right into the attack, and then after the attack, the kids are playing. They're doing the cards. Now you set up the bluff thing. You divide that dead area with the same amount of action you have. You just need to break it up better, and you still get everything you need because the bluff doesn't come into play till later, so it can wait till after that first attack, and then it makes it more like everybody's happy. We won. Now they're more inviting of Solo. Now they're, treating him as one of them. Not just, oh, now we have the fight. Now we got to get the fuck rid of him because everybody's wanting us to turn him over now, which is also, it's kind of a weird way that this paces out in the movie.
Well, you need to I think action movies do really well when you treat them kind of like horror movies because one of the movies that has great special effects, incredible special effects, incredible kills, but don't happen until 50 minutes into the movie. The Intruder. I don't know if you've ever seen The Intruder.
I've seen The Intruder. Yep.
Literally, not till 50 minutes into the movie, or maybe it's 48 minutes in the movie. Finally, someone freaking dies.
Yeah.
Finally.
It takes forever.
Forever. And then when you get it, it's really good, but it's like, God damn it. I mean, it's not like one of my favorites, The Mutilator. First five minutes, someone dies. Then 20 minutes later, someone else dies. You know what I mean?
You're right. It's like every 10 to 15 minutes, something needs to be happening. It's the canon way. It's the PM entertainment way.
Yeah.
You've got to keep them going in the movie. You got to keep the audience engaged. I think this is the problem with it being a passion project for Mario Van Peebles. He got too deep into the drama aspect of it, and that's where he was wanting to focus. And then they get almost done, and they're like, fuck, we got to throw a bunch of action at the end of this movie for us to even call it an action movie at the end.
But that's one of the but you can have both because that's why John Wick is so fucking great.
Yeah.
You get both. You get
but they intersperse it really well.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. You get a lot of action, but you get a lot of meaning, a lot of expedition, while also getting all those action breaks.
Exactly. You gotta just break it up and put it in the correct order that it needs to go you got to keep your audience going. You got to give your audience a lot of action and then give them a chance to catch their breath. That's when you tell a story. And then it's like, we haven't killed anybody in a while. Let's do this again. We need a big action sequence. Or, then we break off from Solo and go to William Sadler. Like we'll get to the point here where they send them and they don't fight anybody at first. It takes forever before they even do anything after they're, dispersed down there to catch him. It just takes forever to get to what we're wanting to see. And we already know what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. So after this action scene happens with with Solo destroying the warlords or rebels as they show up to the village, that ends up setting off the radar. So now Colonel Madsen and his team knows exactly where Solo is, and now they can finally go attack because Colonel Madsen has sent away for his guys to show up that he is really close with. I feel like it's almost at this point, it's like, are these like mercenaries or something like that?
I feel like they're mercenaries.
Like soldiers for hire, it feels like.
Yeah, they don't feel like part of the unit. I don't think they're anyone that we saw at the beginning either. Well,
also, it at the end of the movie, we kind of find out, this unit that he was working for, technically, they're kind of all bad guys because they're not really doing things that are ethical.
Right.
In some sort of way or whatever. Yeah,
none of them actually. It almost feels like a secret division that's going on.
Did you guys watch the Daredevil show that just came out?
Yeah.
So Wilson Fisk deploys like a group of cops in this show that are they're not by the law, but they get the job done.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it sounds like these people are. Like they get the job fucking done, no ifs, ands, or buts.
Well, I think it's supposed to be more like Black Ops is I think what they're playing on with
okay.
William Sadler's. And that's the whole thing is William Sadler is worried that Solo will make him obsolete. Like once they start putting these machines out there, you won't need people like him in the shit, getting it done, doing what needs to be done. He doesn't want to be replaced. And that's pretty much what it comes down to that's why he's so quick to blow Solo up at the beginning. He's so quick to volunteer like, yep, that's them. I'm like, that could just be a really big campfire. Like there's nothing on that radar saying that was, and you already know there's guerrillas there. How do you know it's Solo that's causing all that stuff? Maybe it's just another battle or they're burning the village. Like, how do you know?
Yeah.
Because all the little red dots on there, Charlie, one of them is purple. He goes, that's him.
Seems real racist there, Dustin. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying it's a different color than the red one.
Okay.
But yeah, Colonel Madsen ends up going in with his team. He's about to go with just his team, his 6 guys or whatever. But then the Colonel Hayes or whatever, General Hayes tells him like, no. If you're using a tracker, you're using our guy. He's the best fucking tracker, which he's kind of resistant on. We're like, okay, well, what's going on here? Well, you find out he shows up. The tracker's like, okay, I know Solo went this way. And Colonel Madsen's like, no. Okay, that's fine. But we're going to go this way. He's like, but Solo went this way. He goes, I don't care. We're going this way. And I'm overriding your directive or whatever because I'm in charge or whatever.
Yeah.
They end up shooting back that nighttime. They end up shooting a video call back to General Mays and General Hayes and tells them basically, we found Solo. He's went rogue. He's burnt the village. And that basically Colonel Madsen wants to destroy Solo.
Yes.
Altogether. He wants him to kill him. He doesn't want to bring him back alive. And that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to give him whatever opportunity he can to get the order to kill him at all means necessary.
Yeah, because Hayes has said, I want him back. It's $1 billion machine. Bring him back. Don't destroy it. So we're dealing with that. Those two kind of at odds with each other as it goes as well.
Exactly. And so we get this really fucking menacing scene. So they cut off the video feed and you find out that their tracker has been killed. Mm-hmm. And then the one guy goes, because they have a villager they're speaking to, and apparently they offered him money to get on camera to say X, Y, and Z. And as soon as they cut the camera, like, what do you want to do with? And then you hear a gunshot go off. You're like, with who? He just fucking blows his brains out right there.
It's really good.
Blank.
Yeah. I think he says something like money or pay me and boom. And then I love it because as soon as they shoot him and this guy falls dead, the camera just pans to show us the tracker. Like it's just, then that guy's laying there covered in blood, gunshot in the freaking head. And like, holy shit, he's gone rogue in the jungle now. And William Sadler knows how to dress in the jungle because he's got face paint on that I know what they're doing because they play it it throws back to the beginning and then he makes a line later, but he's got these spikes that come around in black paint under his eyes, up his face and down his head. When you look at it, it's like, oh, it looks like spider legs. That's what they're playing on. Solo finds a spider in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
And then at the end, he drops a line about being the spider. And I'm like, okay, you're playing on this whole thing, but it looks cool. Tactical? No. Cool? Yes. He's like the 6th member of KISS. Okay. Yeah, I said 6 because there's 5 members. Go look at your history books about
2 Peter Chris's.
Yeah. Go look in your history books. But yeah, so this guy William Sadler just plays a great crazy dude. Like this guy just can go off the rails immediately and then do a rap about being the Grim Reaper in the same scene. I mean, you're just waiting for him. No, you're just waiting for him to drop the line, don't mess with the Reaper. That's all you're waiting for him to say in this movie.
And I made the hair.
Yes. My battleship.
You're sunken my battleship. Your shoelaces are untied. That movie fucking rules.
Yes.
So after all this has taken place, we see the video footage, we go back to the base, and Adrien Brody's character is like, that's bullshit. Solo would never do that. That's not, there's no reason for him to do that in the first place. What's called it. So Hayes agrees to have him go on in the field to help bring in Solo. Because he finds that it will be helpful. Also, before the call ended, they did, Colonel Madsen did say, like, yes, if he's willing to come, we could use his help, because they just want to get rid of him too. And that's the only way they're going to be able to kill him.
Yeah.
Without,
So
it's part of his plan ultimately, because he's making this thing. So let's get rid of the guy that knows how to make them. So it works to his benefit.
And then not after all that is done, then Madsen reaches out to the warlords. He's like, hey, I'm the guy that blew up y'all's landing strip. I need some help here. You want to join forces so we can kill the American together?
I'm the guy that blew up your airstrip. Huh? You want to hang out? We got some stuff to talk about. And they come in, he's singing like Amazing Grace or some shit.
It's maniacal.
It is insane. I love it. I love everything with William Sadler. Top tier. I actually think that would have been a good breakup in the village scenes that drag out, was to just cut to some of the military stuff, cut into something with him, because even if it's not action related, he commands the screen enough where you're like, oh, I can't wait for this guy to get back in the shit. That would have been a nice little break to add too.
That would have entailed them to sending him sooner, which I feel like that's what should have happened. Like, they should have been tracking him longer than they were.
Yeah, I'll give you that. This does feel super rushed.
Yeah, I feel like they should have been there.
Up. Yeah.
Like with them being there, then they find Solo would have been better than them looking at a radar and assuming that's where he's at.
Like, he couldn't let it go. He's just like, I don't believe he died in that helicopter thing. Like, you just have him up where have him go against Hayes and go there on his own. And then Hayes relents and sends Brody or something, send Brody in the tracker and look, you need to go there and disarm all this. There's probably 5 or 6 different ways they could have done this and made the pacing feel a lot better.
Yeah, because they then cut to the scenes where it's like you think everything's hunky dory over at the village, and then the preacher finds 3 men have been strung. I don't know if they were implied that they've been skinned, but all of a sudden they're covered in blood in his quarters, hanging from the ceiling, and that's when they're like, "Oh shit, we need to get rid of Solo. They're going to keep on killing us if we don't get rid of him."
This is where you start like, is this movie really only PG-13? Like, this is when the violence starts appeering on screen.
Yeah.
It's not just explosions and stormtroopers flying through the air. This is like, this priest is walking through his thing and like blood just starts dripping. We see it, but he's like trying to figure out what it is, and it lands on his hands, and that shot looking up and seeing those guys straight out of Predator.
It comes out of nowhere, though.
It does.
That type of violence literally comes out of nowhere.
I think that's another issue with editing and stuff like that. It just feels, boom, there it is.
Yeah.
Like there's no build up to it. Because what this does is now this makes this, we got to get rid of Solo. Like, he's going to bring all this death to us. We've got to turn him over.
And the big deal for that, though, is because it's like, for storytelling, we need to get Solo out of the village. So when the rebels and Americans take over the village, there's no one to stop them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. But I like during this part when it shows them celebrating and they're wearing their Sunday best, and they come into Solo's little hut with this fucking AM FM radio. And he goes, "It was my sister's. She said you can have it to repair yourself, but it gets AM and FM." Like, he explains it, and I love it because it's the simple shit like that makes them excited, and like, it was like the same deal with that TV, man. But it's like, I love that because they want to try and keep him around. Like, the village doesn't know what's happening what the priest knows. You know?
Oh
Like,
yeah, the villagers
Yeah.
don't know. It's just
that's what I meant. The villagers, yeah.
It's like the people in charge. This is literally, they could have cut into like, we have one copy of Simple Jack and we watch it all the time. You know, that's exactly how this felt like. They have one or two things of entertainment and they're giving it to Solo in order to help. And the villagers love him, but the elders.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, one of them does a lot. No, she's hoping.
Solo goes,
No.
those are very nice.
But yeah, the elders are having to make a hard decision. You've got the guy that's kind of been champion for having
the
Solo
main
there.
guy.
Yeah, the main guy, and he's like, we asked him to help us, and he did, and we've done all this, and now you want us to kick him out, basically. And then Solo, with his satellite ear, is listening in on the conversation, and he hears them talking that. So it's kind of like he's like, it's another moral decision he has to make. Like, if I stay, all these people are going to die. So the logical choice is for me to leave and preserve their lives.
Yeah. And then he ends up leaving the village. And while he's, I guess, exploring the jungle, he ends up coming across a tent and finds someone inside. So he goes to inspected the tent and investigate. And he finds Dr. Bill handcuffed with the shit beat out of him. And we get this really cool scene because it's like, okay, well, if he's got this cool, like, vision, how do you not see those people? They're using, like, thermal covers over the ghillie suit, so he couldn't see their thermal. He's scanning.
He scans the trees.
Yeah.
He scans the tree line. Nothing, and then all of a sudden, wow! Here we go, and it's those
surprise, motherfucker,
reflective blankets that they're all hiding under. And it's funny because William Sadler's literally got a flamethrower in his hand, and like, those are some really good thermal things.
That fucking flamethrower, dude! But right before that, when he reaches down in his boot and grabs that knife that goes frink.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, his battering. Yeah, his battering, dude. Basically.
And this special. This is the part where Holly started watching with me, and he goes, "Wah!" and fucking throws that knife across this lake, and it pierces that tree. She goes, "No way!" I'm like, "He's a robot.
He's a robot. That can happen.
He's a robot.
Yeah, really strong."
Man, Charlie, this flamethrower, dude,
so good,
dude,
so
it's
good.
Like, it's almost the size of Old Painless. And it's just fucking torching this tent.
This poor tent, man. This poor tent. This tent is on fire an hour later as far as their time is concerned.
The whole time. Like, that shit is, there's nothing there that burns that long.
Because he's talking to the gorillas and the tent is still on fire. And
that's how they found him.
It's still raging. I'm like, it was just a tent. Nothing else was in there.
But what's it made out of? For God's sake,
that's what I'm saying,
dude. A tent will catch on fire and be out in like 30 seconds.
It's gone. It's got. This thing is like roaring.
Did he keep feeding it?
This is called
feeding it woods and shit.
The guy that's in charge of the fire effects just cranked the propane tank to full and just and that's all it's doing.
But dude, you see Solo running out with Adrien Brody
on his back. Oh god, I love this.
And he grabs onto that fucking string or the rope and slides down. He repels.
Yeah.
I kind of wished his hand, the skin was gone.
That would have been pretty cool to see something like that.
Yeah. Pull a Terminator where we'd see more of the robot underneath the flesh.
Yeah.
But also, whenever you watch this in HD, you can definitely tell there's like a pipe because the rope bends behind his hand.
Yeah, it's like this. Yeah.
He's holding on to something. Also, though, someone actually did that in this movie. It's a practical fucking effect of a guy going down a zip line.
Yeah.
Carrying a dummy, but it was cool. I was like, I like this a lot.
That was badass, but I just could not get over that fucking flamethrower, dude. And then they torch that tent. And then this is where he's singing.
This is where he starts. So he's already called the gorillas. and now it's like they're hunting him, and they hear him singing, and he's just sitting there. This fucking tent is still just burning and flaming,
Pouring gas.
and they're all like got him surrounded, and he just casually gets up and he's like, oh yeah, no, I think we should work together. We both want Solo. And you go, you look good in red. And they're all like looking at each other, and then Mendez sees the other dudes covered with all the laser sights, and all those fucking like other mercenaries are out in the jungle, like got a bead on every one of them. And it's like, we're fucked. Yep. Okay. we'll join you. No problem. We're on the same team now.
I was just kidding.
They're not even loaded. Not even loaded.
See? I mean,
blanks. Totally blanks.
Nothing. Yeah. Take this shit from me now.
It's just gonna.
But yeah, after all that conversation happens, we cut back to Solo and Dr. Bill, and you find out that Bill has brought him his external power back that's been fixed. And he gives it to him, and then like literally, I don't know what they did to him. I don't know if he's been shot. What? I just thought they beat the shit out of him. He fucking just dies.
He was in a flame-thrown tent.
I wish, like, because they're shooting at him, he's going down the zip line. I wish they had shown maybe a bullet
clipping him.
Yeah,
sure.
clipping him.
Something.
Just anything to do, because it's kind of like a Padme moment. He dies from sadness. That's just how it kind of feels. I mean, they did beat the shit out of him, but he does just die. But also, Solo doesn't just throw that power supply in himself. He puts it in his pocket. He doesn't do it right away.
That's where his charge port is.
Oh, is that where the charge port is? No, but because he doesn't put it in until Miguel talks to him. So he's only carrying that thing. He doesn't make that decision, because that would make him basically invincible once he puts that in there. For some reason, he's not at first until he finds Miguel again, because Miguel keeps going and digging up this fucking gun. That was irritating the shit out of me. Like, this thing's like 3 times the size of his hands, and he just keeps picking it up and dusting it off. Oh, I better put it back. I heard something. And he pulls it back out. It's just, Jesus Christ. If that kid had actually shot the gun they showed first, he would have went flying into the jungle backwards. Yeah. That's all is. Pow! Miguel's gone.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Like,
that's stop where my mom will shoot. Who still gets, pulls that giant fucking gun out. Boo!
Pulls a Jack Nicholson from Batman.
Batman, giant barrel.
But yeah, so after that all takes place, like you said, the little boy goes back to find Solo, and he lets him know that the warlords have taken over the village, and they're going to kill one every hour that he doesn't show himself.
Yep.
And that is when, you're right, he puts in that battery pack, and he's like, all right, this is full-blown kill mode.
It's on.
Solo shows up. We get these okay, so first off, we get the fucking kill from the water, which is so fucking cool. How his head comes out the water and like rotates.
That's in the trailer. That's like, I remember that scene. It's iconic for this movie. It's just that up out of the water coming off of it. Oh, it's so fucking good looking.
And then then you don't even get to breathe, because then he does the noose one that y'all spoke about earlier, hanging the guy.
Straight stiff arm just drops down. Dude goes up in the air. Like, I love how they shot this. There's no robot ever that would ever do what he does, but I love how it's boom, kill, boom, kill. And it's like he's just coming out of nowhere, killing all these guys. It is so good. That jump from the ledge it's not even a side kick. It's just his leg extended at a 45-degree angle into a guy's shin. Just, that's all it is. And this guy just collapses. The leg goes koosh, and it is gone. And it's in camera. It's an awesome leg break. And Solo just stands there, looks around, and takes off again.
So even if he doesn't die, he's not going to be the same ever again.
No, yeah.
He's not going to be the same.
That's
Hank
Hill's dad after this. And then talk my leg.
I cared about fit him in.
I was 6 foot tall. Now I'm 4'9". But there's so many different kills happening. Like it's not just one or two. He is all over the place. they are also trying to, like, stuff's blowing up and he'll flip around, but then you get the big reveal of it being William Sadler, and he has a turret mounted grenade launcher gun that is just on a belt fed. This is bad as fucking gun.
Well, before that, he's in the church and he takes a freaking candlestick from the church and
that's
harpoons a guy.
He harpoons Mendez. Yeah.
And this is also where he fucking stabs old buddy in the chest with the stick.
He does this.
and
There's
kicks
so
it.
many kills.
But
So many
when
kills.
Yeah, he comes out and
Dude,
starts shooting at him. He's shooting at him.
And he's shooting him with a shotgun one-handed next to him, dude.
Well, the one dude is shooting at him with like and all his ammo runs out, and he's like, "Well, that didn't work. Let me pick up this big ass fucking stick. That'll do it." Like,
Yeah.
No, you just need to fucking run.
It broke immediately, and then he just snatched it from him and rammed it. I'm telling you, the way the camera is, there's a wider shot somewhere where a log went through a dummy and it's sticking up there. And then he lets go, and the weight of it, he kicks it again to make it shorter, so the weight of the body falls even harder. Like
Yeah.
it's all in one shot. It is a brutal PG-13 kill in this movie. It's awesome.
But yeah, go back to the turret. Yeah, you.
The turret. So William Sadler has captured Miguel, so he's taunting Solo, and Solo is the whole time. Like, so I love. Anytime Solo's on, straight up, his neck is extended. He's doing his whole robot thing, and he starts firing this turret-mounted grenade launcher. And Solo just starts running, and he is running like a robot. And then the camera cuts, and he's doing front fucking somersaults as these explosions are going off behind him. Then he does like a Superman jump and rolls again and lands behind a rock. And this is Looney Tunes. Takes the top of the rock off, takes the bottom of the rock off, takes the rest of the rock out. Solo's gone. The fucking Solo go. Boom! Solo is right beside his ass.
It just taps him on the shoulder.
He pulls him out from underneath it.
Oh yeah,
you get that great scene.
Yanks and catches Miguel.
He catches
and
Miguel.
rolls him over, dude. And this is great because you're also me. I paused. I was like, "Where am I at? There's still movie to go." And now we're at like the fight between him and William Sadler. And it's a non-contest. It's William Sadler looks cool. He drops the line about I'm the spider and you're in my web or whatever it is to tie in the face paint. And Solo's just like, the fuck are you trying to do? He takes some punches, doesn't even phase him. So Solo's like throwing him around this hut and finally just gets into this, like, picks him straight up over his head.
Gorilla press.
Sadler's arms are out like crucified, just hanging off his body. And he's like, what are you going to do? How are you going to feel if you kill me? And Solo's just like, I don't know. Let's find out. And just brings this motherfucker down on his knee and does a backbreaker. He Bane Batman's this motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
Folds him in half, dude.
Crunk. And then
he breaks the bat.
Thud. And then you realize William Sadler's not actually dead. He's just paralyzed because he's like, just fucking crying. But yeah, you think, and for some reason at this point, I think we hear a helicopter or something coming in, and Solo grabs a single grenade launcher round off of the belt turret that falls.
He knows the helicopter means that it didn't stay, it just swings by. Like that means it drops something off.
Yeah, so he also knows there's no one coming to support him because his friend is already dead. They don't have helicopters, so obviously it's the military. So he takes
those Gene Simmons ass boots drop out, dude.
Dude,
and then you hear stars, and the fucking nemesis walks out, dude. But that blew my mind. It blew my mind, dude, because I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, wow, this is bad as fuck. I didn't think they were going to make this 2.0 that quick.
They'd had it
They said they were already working on it. Earlier in the movie.
I didn't think it was a day difference. You know what I mean? So
the time passage in this movie is odd. Like, we don't know exactly how long ago things happened. Yeah. But, and again, this is the other percentage of movie Charlie forgot is when that camera pans up.
Yeah, this is straight up RoboCop 3.
Bill Sadler 2.0, dude.
Dude,
And he's fucking leathered out. His hand is a fucking
it is
mini gun.
It's like the gun from Fortress, the BFG. It also is the gun that came on the Kenner Terminator 2 action figure with the arm that could swap out on Arnold. And there was a rocket launcher version. And it is that full arm. And I had that one and I went, that's a fucking action figure right there. And and the front of it rotates to different weapons. I'm just like, oh fuck, I forgot about all of this, and this is amazing. I'm here for this.
Yeah, because this goes far. Like this goes to very comic-y action. Like this type of movie is not the movie we had so far. This gets very comical.
Superhero shit.
Yeah, superhero shit.
Superhero sci-fi to 11 at the end of this movie. 100%.
Yeah.
Would you hold this gun to the same peak as the Equalizer 2000?
No, for a very good reason we're going to talk about here in just a second.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all I could think about. I was like, man, I wonder if that holds up to that gun.
It's massive. Now, Fortress, it holds up to those giant guns that the guys in the power suit.
What do they call them? They're like hole blasters or some shit.
So I can't even remember. I just call them BFGs, big fucking guns, basically.
But their name is what they literally do because they make a comment about that. So
I would have to everybody go back and listen to our very first episode of B Action and find out what we called those guns. But yeah,
I don't remember.
This thing comes out. It's straight out of a comic book, and then you have William Sadler on William Sadler action going on in this scene. This is awesome.
When he breaks his neck with like it was just like
but I love how William Sadler's selling it like, of course you fucking put my face on the thing I hate.
That's what I was gonna say. They literally put his face on the one thing he's trying to destroy because he didn't want it to take his job. Now it's him took his job.
Yeah, I was like, they took your
Deebs. But now's the reveal that Hayes has been fully planning all of this in spite of William Sadler. It was his idea to do this. He was the one who kept this project going. He, made sure they created 2.0 and put his face on it. Because when he breaks that neck, they drop a line in the movie, don't ever do a deal with the devil, and stuff like that. And he says the same thing to, after he kills Bill Sadler. I will say the neck break, they could have done a little bit better. I don't think cradling someone on the back of their head and turning it, 30 degrees is going to kill somebody. I wanted like either a choke out or blow his head off. But that's also an R-rated movie.
Well, I think he's a robot, dude. Like the pressure that he has, like the shit he does, like I can easily see him just going and it breaks, but he's straddling the back of his neck. Because obviously that's where the spine's at. I think it'd be a little bit easier.
Grab through his neck.
Or he could just pick him up and just like because then he would
ragdoll him.
Yeah, really, because he'd be limp because he's paralyzed.
There ain't no strings on me. There ain't no strings on me.
I'm just fucked up.
But no, go ahead. No. I was just gonna say now we get into like a straight up comic book fight between two androids.
Which I like this. Okay, so we get a lot of fighting and stuff like that, which is really cool. But I like the fact that like at this point, it's never said that like the 2.0 is stronger. It's just more like the 2.0 doesn't have the broad memory capabilities and like a decision making that Solo has.
Yeah, they didn't make it out like it's a better battery or more powerful. He's got a gun, obviously attached.
Yeah, the gun is very futuristic and new, but
that adds to it, and it's more, I guess, more menacing that it's Bill Sadler's face on it, so it's not going to have the same morals that the Solo has created over time.
Which is cool because the gun malfunctions, which is nice to go, oh, this is like the prototype. Of course it's going to malfunction its first time being used in the battlefield.
Yeah, and that's why it's very cool. That's why it's not the Equalizer 2000. This thing gets off like 3 shots and then it doesn't work anymore. because it's
Shit.
time for a recall. This is a great
my
line
God,
drop
dude.
right there.
Golly, dude, he fucking
But-
gets him good.
I liked that it went so far as he was able to just drop that piece, and now he's still the cyborg, you know, and he does that, you know, the hand with the robotic sounds. And this turns it like I equated it to like a kaiju fight, the way they're throwing each other into the walls and destroying things around them. It felt they shot it like you would a kaiju fight, so it feels bigger, but they're trying to make it where they feel stronger, like they're going through stone, and you know, he knocks them through. I swore it's like they knocked him through a secret passageway in that Aztec temple. He throws him through a wall, and he's like in a whole other room in there.
I think that's like lets you know, like because they bring it up like those are like tons of different tunnels and shit like that. And it's really cool because like that's a good place to have the fight, because you got all these like these things to make you understand the strength of the two individuals fighting instead of just having a fight scene.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
instead of doing it like Universal Soldier, where it just felt like two dudes fighting. Yeah, now it's two robots fighting, and we also see those vibration scenes where like they do a big heavy hit and they vibrate. That's the camera vibrates. Only real issue with, while everything's done practically, they add these little effects that like it's almost like little camera shake, and I'm like, I didn't need that. I really didn't need that, because it's distracting.
Charlie, that cameraman's trying to stand there and fucking film
everything's shaking around me. It's such an overlay, though. It's not, you know, you can tell it's not actually happening, and they just did some kind of effect that jittered the you know, whatever the scene of it is, and it's just like, to me, I was just like, it's a very small nitpick I have. I have very few nitpicks about this movie. That was one of the little ones during this fight, was this shake. I love the bashing each other through stone. That was enough for me. That worked a lot. And, you know, then pushing that sarcophagus looking thing, you know, Mario Van Peebles could have sold that a little bit better whenever it pinned him. It felt like he was in a perfect little pocket and it never touched him. But he's acting like it did. Like, that would have been like, give it be a little closer to it, Mario, and then make it look like it's, you know, caught you. No, sell it a little better or something. I don't know.
The one thing I will say is, like, there is one movie that I like this fight. And this is the only, like, I don't really have a lot of nitpicks, except for, like, it does get a little slow at points. But the one part, like, I know this movie, a lot of people don't like talking about this movie, but, like, but it was also an anime first, but the anime does it the exact same thing, too. But Ghost in the Shell, if you want to watch an Android movie of seeing how an Android behaves, Ghost in the Shell does it so well, because at the point, even in the movie and the anime, where the android rips its arms off, but the android doesn't feel pain. So it's not showing any emotion of pain whatsoever. I would have liked maybe a little bit of that, because he is just an android. He's not supposed to feel pain.
Yeah, I think that's part of the Mario Van Peebles actor not realizing what he's doing. But then, like, this one feels like he was trying to no sell it, like it didn't hurt, but it should have moved you. It should have done an impact on your body, maybe just not show the reaction in your face. I think that's the only issue on this, because it does just kind of feel like it didn't do anything to him, you know, but it works. And, you know, when Sadler does the lifting, and now we get Miguel.
Look, that little shit. Why? But he finally gets to shoot his gun.
He got to shoot that motherfucker.
Finally shoots one off, dude, and Bill Sadler walks up to him and fucking grabs him by the throat.
Super speed. He's like a fucking the Flash when he like
He looks over there and he looks behind him and he's back. Picks his ass up, dude, and he's choking the shit out of him. Solo's over there. Then he pushes that sarcophagus thing off of him and exerts his last bit of energy he had to save this child. And I like it because he's sitting there like on the step about to, like, you see his like eye, like he had the shit kicked out of him, dude.
Yeah.
That, you know, Bill Sadler's like, yeah, you did this, you did that, you wasted this. Now it's time to, and he goes, psych.
Yeah, he grabs that
fucking
round.
Gets him.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah, that grenade round.
The bluff
shoves it into the side of Bill Sadler, and it goes off immediately. So the explosion,
it.
Yeah, the explosion hits Solo too. But when it goes inside there, and it's just like boosh, like I love William Sadler sells this way better than anybody could have, because I love the look on his face when it happens, and then his fucked up android makeup and body looked amazing.
Yeah, the black
Sure did.
blood
The
stuff, or the
blackish
blue blood,
green, whatever it was, like antifreeze or something is coming out, and the way he's talking and the stuff's coming out of his mouth, I'm like, that I believe is an android. Like that right there nailed it. And the fact that now Solo, he's still kind of moving, you know, the Bill Sadler one, Solo realizes I gotta like knock down this entire structure because we've already weakened it. I only got to do a little bit more. And then, you know, you get Bill Sadler, who's like, if you do this, we will both die, doing his old digitized robot voice or whatever. And Solo just doesn't say shit, but he does almost like the Hercules pillars and pushes those things down and just starts bringing this.
Oh, no, he says,
temple
delete this.
Yeah, he does. I think he does a delete this to him.
Yeah.
Right before the one piece falls on William Sadler. Miguel still has to be told.
Oh, yeah, because he says, we'll both be deleted. Yeah. Why would you do that? He goes, delete this.
When someone tells you to get the fuck out, fucking go. Miguel, everyone else that doesn't listen when someone tells you to go, go.
And it's not like he's just saying that to get you out of there. The build, you can see.
Shit's falling down.
It's collapsing, dude.
It's coming down. Get the fuck out. So he's a robot.
Now.
Yeah. Don't get.
Go
now. Yeah. But no, but yeah, you get this where everything's dropped down, and there's no way the U.S. government is going to let $2 billion worth of hardware sit at the bottom of some rubble. And the guy just goes, well, it's a good way to blow $2 billion. Yeah. They're done. And we're turn the TV off. We're done here. It's just, no, that's not how we roll. We'd have bulldozed all that, dug them out, got the parts and the microchips, and did it again.
But then we get to see this. We get this nice scene of you, the villagers are like, "Do you think you survived?" And then all of a sudden you hear his laugh echoing through the jungle.
Good God, dude!
Dude, if we got a thumbs
he T2'd him.
My God, dude! And it's that creepy fucking laugh too, man. Just. Dude, stop. You don't know how to laugh. Please don't do that anymore. Just say I'm okay.
And they don't know it's him. They think it's like a bobcat or something that's making that fucking sound, dude.
Well, Abuela still thinks he's whatever fucking god running around demon or something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
When
Yakoyo.
Or when he's running across the roof of that hut, and she just smiles like, "Oh, you guys are fucked now," because Solo had showed up.
The Yakoyo will kill you. And what, eat your testicles or something like that?
Oh, it's something like to do with blowing up their testicles. Because that's what he's like, what did she say? And he goes, it's just a prayer to speak for your good health. Tell her to shut up. And then she looks up, and there goes Solo running across. She's like, yeah, bitches, it's on now.
That's it.
But yeah, that's the movie. So I want to know Dusty's opinion first. All right. So, because this is your first go through. What did you think about it, Dusty?
It was okay. We've talked about the slog that this movie can be. The action in it, when the action's happening and it's good. But Charlie laid it out how if we had it chopped up in a different way, and we got more of Bill Sadler in it instead of getting him right at the end, it had probably been better for me. But I just think it's okay. It was a fun watch for sure. I'm finally stoked that I got to experience it, I guess. So thank you. I suppose. But yeah, it was all right.
All right. Charlie, how was your rewatch?
I enjoyed it. I've been looking forward to revisiting this, but I also now realize why I hadn't revisited it in so long is there's not a lot going on for probably a solid 30 to 40 minutes. It's not the best paced movie until the last 20. I was like, I want to rewatch the ending. and I timed it. It's like 20 minutes left in the movie. That's when shit just goes into 11. That's when it never stops. It just goes, scene after scene after scene, action, action, action. So the last 20 minutes, first 10 minutes, so there's 30 minutes out, so there's an hour slog of a little bit of stuff that happens that's a little interesting. The Ewok attack, some of the fun scenes that happen between them, but that's the detriment to this movie. I also think this movie is it was released way too late. It missed the boat on when this would have been a popular genre, killer robots, or robots saving people. There was a window in the 80s and 90s, class of 1999, one of my favorite movies, killer robot teachers, because they were no longer used in the military. So let's make them teachers in the urban, America. That's not going to go bad. It does. We watched Death Machine. Like these movies belong in an era, and this one just missed it. And it's probably why it's forgotten. I want more people to watch it. I really do like Mario Van Peebles. If Kino Lorber or any of these other companies did a 2K rip or 4K, I'd buy it. I would definitely own this movie because it'd be one that would be fun to just revisit, like every 5 years or something. And just remember to skip the boring stuff and just get right back to the end of it and have fun. Great villain reveal after you kill the villain. I love that. That is something I will always have a blast with. But yeah, I recommend this movie. I mean, if this was B action, I'd still call it badass, but there would be an asterisk of, there's about an hour that's not badass.
This wouldn't fall in my basic rating either. Like, I feel
I think it's above basic. Yeah.
There's enough of it to be badass. The flamethrower alone.
Oh yeah.
So Logan, what about you, man?
Well, one thing I will say, I agree with a big thing with Charlie is the fact that and I just looked it up real quick because I was like, well, what were the action movies in the later 90s shifting to? And it seems like there's more like spy style movies or realistic based war movies, because that's when we started getting a lot of the historical war movies Matrix and stuff like that.
Well, Matrix was coming up, but you had like Hacksaw Ridge, you had We Were Soldiers,
you had Peacemaker, you had Behind Enemy Lines, stuff like that.
They were getting away from the action heroes, and you were getting the more relatable everyday man was making its run through. And then, like you said, it got more into the more epic storytelling too, as it got going. And it shifted away for a while before we started getting back into these kind of action led movies, Walking Tall or The Marine or stuff like that whenever it came finally.
Well, they were also moving into you got to think of movies that they want to throw in this, like Volcano, which is action thriller.
Oh, you got like the natural disaster
Armageddon,
movies,
stuff like that. Those are technically action movies.
Dante's
but that's the
Peak,
kind of film. Yes, those kind of movies is what they're like. That's what we end up shifting into. Is this like natural disaster movies,
Independence Day?
Movies. Yeah.
This is also like I think Men in Black is somewhere around.
Yeah, Men in Black, 97.
This era. So there was definitely a shift in what was action movies, even before the superhero shift, which is a whole nother conversation that can be had later. So, and then there was a window of time when you started getting like the Bourne Ultimatum movies, and the Bourne Identities and stuff like that.
The franchises.
Yeah. It's the Transporter, which would come out early 2000s, things of that nature. And then we don't get Arnold again till, later in the 2000s after his governor run. He puts out a couple. We just did, we've talked about The Sixth Day before, and we did Collateral Damage, which is just a movie. It's like, why did you do this? It's not, it doesn't even feel like an Arnold movie. You could have put anyone in that one. But it was more of the, let's get the normal looking dudes in action movies and get away from the Greek gods is what happened.
Yeah. That overall, that far-fetched future that wouldn't exist. except for those like I said, like I know I say that, but then I just talked about Armageddon, which is ridiculous about this, but and volcano and stuff. But you know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely. It was definitely a shift in the genre, and like it just came out at the wrong time. That's just kind of way I look at this one.
Yeah, I mean, for the rewatch for me is this, and I know I said this earlier, but like because I just rewatched these two movies back to back. I watched Soldier and Solo, and the same thing happened in both movies. There's a lot of nothing and you have to wait a lot for nothing to get something. And it's the same thing. Like Soldier, the beginning's good, it's an hour of nothing, and the ending's good. Solo, the beginning's good, it's about an hour of nothing, and the ending's good.
Soldier's nothing, though, is better acted than Solo's nothing, though. You know what I mean? Like Soldier, a lot is said with no words. And I kind of like the storytelling of that one. It's done better, but you're not wrong. As far as when you're looking for just action movies, they're about identical. Hell, there's even stuff. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of stuff that they went, that looked really cool in Soldier. Let's put a fucking snake, a little bit of a love interest with someone that's not supposed to have emotions. And then, now you've pissed us off and we're going to be a one-man army against, 20, 30 people running around. Same movie, basically.
Really, it is. It really is the same movie. And it's I'm not saying that in a bad thing, because there's nothing wrong with a movie being very similar to another movie. Even like I don't get upset about that, because I mean there's tons of horror movies that are just like Halloween out there. Doesn't mean I like them any. I don't mean I like them any less. That's fine, because there's a genre and there's a way of storytelling and there's a blueprint. You can stick to the blueprint and tell the story that you want to tell that's slightly different. And sometimes it's better than the original, or sometimes the original is better. It doesn't matter. To me, I'm not going to get upset because that exists.
We'd have far less movies to watch if that was the rule.
Exactly.
Like if you got way too close to something, we wouldn't have more movies. We wouldn't have things like, it's a Die Hard movie without it being Die Hard, or it's an Aliens ripoff without it being Aliens. Like that wouldn't exist. What we'd have Die Hard and Aliens. Sometimes you can't appreciate those more until you watch some of the shitty ones and go, oh damn, I really love Die Hard. I'm gonna go back and watch that now. That type of mentality.
But I mean, the rewatch was good, but the sparkle that I had in my mind, that little special, the specialness that I had for this movie, and then like always thinking about those moments of watching it did dim a little bit, just because it wasn't as good as I remember. And that's unfortunately, that's the exact same thing that happened to Soldier. After watching Soldier again, I was like, it just wasn't as good as I remember. It's just, I don't know. It's just weird, because certain movies, I don't feel like that. Like some movies get better every single time I watch them. Like
True.
The Crow. Every time I watch The Crow, it gets better to me. And like I'm just. But that's just me. I really enjoy that movie, but some movies get better. Same thing, like certain action movies. Certain comedy movies just get better with age. You know what I mean?
Dude, I hated Step Brothers when it came out first. I hated that movie.
Hated Talladega Nights, and then it wasn't until like the second or third watch.
And now I can watch it anytime. I laugh my ass off at it. It also comes to how you were whenever you watched it, dude. I can watch Masters of the Universe with Dolph over and over again and just enjoy it more and more and more. But I'm with you. It's like this movie will live in a part of me of when I remembered I loved it. And that's why I'm saying I would own it for nostalgia reasons and probably rewatch it once in a while. It's a great gateway movie, though. But you also got to remember when we were kids, the boring shit, we knew how to deal with that. That meant I'm going to go get something to eat, or I'm going to play with my action figures. And when shit gets exciting on the TV again, then I'm going to pay attention to it. So we forget the boring in our memory until we're adults now. We're going, no, what's the context here? What did I miss as a kid? And go, I was smarter than I thought I was as a kid. I ignored all this shit. It just waited for stuff to blow up at the end.
Yeah. Does she want to pork that robot?
Yeah.
Is that what?
Didn't pick that up as a kid.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's all I got. Is there anything y'all want to, anything y'all are cooking up, coming up in the future, as far as when it comes to B action? Give me back my action movies and horror movies, flicks and friends, whatever y'all want to do.
Oh, when does this come out? Because I'm in a time loop right now.
Next week. It'll come out next week.
All right, so next week. So right at the tail end of Month of Action, we would have just wrapped up Month of Action over on B Action and Gimme Back. So you would have heard Rambo 3 and our brain fart. What did we just do, Dustin?
Double the damage.
Double the damage, double the fun, double impact with Van Damme, and our mystery episode that drops on the very last day of Month of Action. I'm still not telling Dustin what it is. It's just because it's funny right now. And then August, I'm actually taking a break personally.
Nice.
First time in a long time, I'm taking a 2-week hiatus. So I have turned the reins over to my co-hosts, Anna and Pete. I have no idea what's going on over there. So good luck, everyone. It's not me. So I'm sure whatever they're doing, I've seen the movie they're doing. Sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. Not upset that I'm not watching it. So we'll just leave it at that. So, and then we've got some stuff coming with B Action. We get back on schedule over there too.
Perfect.
Yeah. Flicks and Friends, we were off for the month of July, but we did participate in the Month of Action. So by the time this drops, we will have put out our Month of Action episode, which was The Boy and the Beast. I made a mistake by asking Paul to do this, and by doing that, I said, "Hey, I'll let you pick the movie."
Yep.
That was my first mistake.
Animated.
It was animated, which I didn't hate it. If I'm being frank, there was a lot of things I did like, but he also brought Milo, so that was a plus.
Always fun with Milo on.
Nice.
Yeah, love Milo.
As of this recording tomorrow, Flicks and Friends will have celebrated our 3-year anniversary.
What?
Ooh.
Yeah,
No.
which we'll be pretty stoked about. It's been a journey and it's been a ton of fun. So
You can do it.
You can do it. Kick his fucking ass.
And then over on the Baron's Hideout, we had just finished our Month of Action with a movie that Anna had never seen before, and as Predator.
I think we talked about that a little bit tonight.
Yeah, just a little bit, man. But golly, dude, it was a banger. And unfortunately, we had Pete there with us. So that was, I'm kidding. It was a ton of fun with Pete. Are you talking about Commando?
Yeah, I'm never going to let that go.
But yeah, that's really about it. And we are over there taking the month of August off as well, because Anna and Dustin both have kids and they are getting everything situated for school. And I was like, let's take August off, guys.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Not self-serving at all. Wink.
Yeah.
Wink.
So August, we will be taking a break over there, but we will be coming back in September with Little D's birthday month picks.
There we go.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic.
Perfect.
I don't know what they're going to be.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm. Probably not Project Metal Beast because they both shit on it.
Never forgive
I just picked up the VHS.
Never forgive them for that.
Bunch of dummies. Logan, what do you got cooking over here, man?
Yeah, I mean, so far, we're kind of finishing out the month of Action strong. This will be our last entry into the month of Action. We did Soldier before this, and then I am counting Megan 2.0. That was our new,
absolutely
our new style of episode, Video Villa new release. So for viewers that are new to the channel, we usually just do older movies. Usually my rule is 10 years or older, but I did want to start doing some movie reviews for certain things that spark my interest that are still out in theaters. So not as many clips are being put into the episodes, but I've been seeing movies I want to talk about. So I created the new release to keep, with the same essence of the video store like Video Villa. So those are new and they're going to be more coming out this year. I got a couple of movies down pat. Now I just got to find people to watch them and want to talk to them with me.
There you go.
Hell yeah, man. That's awesome.
All right, that's it for today's episode 65, Solo, directed by Norberto Barba. Thanks for coming out and hanging out with us today. Have you seen Solo? Let us know in the comments. If you liked it, also let us know in the comments because we want to figure out what you guys at home think. And also, if you're interested in anything future episodes related to the podcast, check out our website at www.videovillaentertainment.com. That will show you everything that we got coming up in the future, and all our socials and links will be there too as well. But until next time, I'm Logan.
I'm Charlie.
And I'm Dustin.
And thanks for renting from the Villa.